7 cities built
by JT.
On a hot, muggy day in Houston, Texas, it could get even hotter here in the Summit as the Seattle Sonics try to close out the Houston Rockets in this best-of-7 Western Conference semifinal series. Seattle comes in with a 3-0 lead. The signs inside the Houston dressing room will tell you that there is no surrender in the two-time defending champions. The fans have arrived with signs that say, "Believe it." And on the doors inside, people believe it can be done. Feed your faith, your doubts will starve. The Rockets will have the fans behind them as they look to survive against a team that's had their number for a long time now. I'm Greg Gumbel along with Bill Walton. We'll have Game 4 coming up in just a moment.
It's out there. All things possible. Grab some friends, reach for the sky. We've been reaching too. Got a brand new beer from Miller. New Miller is brewed a whole new way, from the heart of the hops, for flavor unlike any other beer. Big flavor that goes down easy. We think so much of this new beer, we're just calling it who we are. Miller. It's a new day. Brand new Miller beer.
All great cars are built from the ground up. But to build something truly extraordinary, we had to dig a little deeper. Introducing the new Acura CL Coupe. Further proof that luxury doesn't have to be boring.
How can the Home Depot's paint department help you?
We have a huge paint department.
We've got experts that can help you with any project.
We will definitely take care of you.
Our Behr paints and stains are top quality.
Waterproofing? Behr's got you covered.
You need to stain a fence or deck? We've got all kinds of stains.
In all kinds of shades.
We even got sealers.
We give people choices. Everything you need is right there at your fingertips.
Any project, Home Depot can help.
The Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by New Miller Beer, the brand new beer from Miller with big flavor that goes down easy. By Acura, who invite you to test drive the new CL Luxury Sports Coupe. And by Sprite, image is nothing, thirst is everything. Obey your thirst. Sprite.
Welcome back to Houston, where, at least from the fans, you can't tell the Rockets are down 3-0. Here are the starting lineups. Detlef Schrempf, Sean Kemp, flank Irvin Johnson in the middle of the Sonics lineup. On the front line, Gary Payton, Hersey Hawkins in the backcourt. Robert Horry and Chucky Brown alongside Hakeem Olajuwon up front for the Rockets with Clyde Drexler and Kenny Smith. Along the sidelines this afternoon is Hannah Storm. Hannah.
Sam Cassell has been a huge factor in the Rockets' 2 championship runs, but not in this series, Greg. He's shooting only 19%, averaging only 7 points, half of what he does in the regular season. And he told me before the game that's a direct result of his surgically repaired right elbow, which was injured during Game 1. He said he's intensely frustrated. He's lost almost all the strength in that elbow. He's unsure of his shooting, unable to take his opponents off the dribble. But he said he has been hiding from his teammates exactly how hurting he is. He says he may not have much to give today other than his trademark enthusiasm, but he will give it his all in this perhaps final game of the season. Greg?
All right, Hannah. Bill Walton, you have to say that for Rudy Tomjanovich, the last couple of years, Sam Cassell has been an important weapon coming off the bench. He's shooting just 4 for 21 against the Sonics so far.
But this is a championship squad, Houston, that will not look to excuses of injuries and problems. Their biggest problems have been late in games, have been their failure to execute in the set offense. Houston has to create a seed of doubt in Seattle's mind, which is playing with terrific confidence right now.
Hersey Hawkins comes up shooting and misses. Robert Horry.
A little bit of a different wrinkle. You don't see cross screens for Hakeem very often.
Chucky Brown open, misses the shot, and Johnson has the rebound.
Chucky Brown has been playing well for the Rockets. Really, the numbers for all the Rockets are good, except for Hakeem.
Sean Kemp spins and scores on Brown. Sean Kemp averaging over 17.5 points a game in the postseason.
Look how they're double teaming, trying to get the ball out of Kenny Smith's hands, and then they rotate back so perfectly.
That's tapped out of bounds by Hawkins, and it's Houston ball. Let's go back to the other end.
The Seattle forwards have dominated Ori and Chucky Brown. Sean Kemp and Detlef Schrempf have gotten whatever they wanted on the low box, and Sean Kemp has even taken it right at Akeem, which is highly unusual.
Shot clock is down to 5. Kenny Smith out of the corner. And Chucky Brown fouled as he grabbed the offensive rebound. The Rockets have been averaging just 36 rebounds a game against Seattle in the first 3 games of this series.
The Rockets, never a great rebounding team statistically, have not out-rebounded a single opponent in this year's playoff run. You look at how these games have gone. The 13 points, a lot of that is from game 1, which was a 30-point blowout. The other 2 games came right down to the last minute of the game. The shooting has been a phenomenal edge for Seattle.
Johnson recovers at center court. Schrempf open and hits. Detlef Schrempf.
Again, we see the forwards for Seattle the same way we're seeing the forwards for Utah take apart the centers. Kemp, Schrempf, Karl Malone.
Kenny Smith for 3. And Ori has the rebound. Olajuwon in the lane.
Akeem Olajuwon, who went to the foul line 11 times, has been doing too much fading. Oh, that's just horrible defense by the Houston Rockets. Sean Kemp's game is going to the basket. You've got to do everything you can to make him fade, to make him double clutch.
Olajuwon underneath, tapped out of bounds by Sean Kemp.
Akeem and Clyde Drexler in this series have as many turnovers as they have assists. That is not good offense and very good defense.
The lob for Robert Ori. We're tied at 6.
Since game 1, it's been Clyde Drexler head-to-head, man-to-man on Gary Payton.
Hawkins goes cross court to Kemp. Shot clock at 7. Kemp turnaround. Got it. Sean Kemp with 6 quick points. 6 of the first 8 for Seattle, and the Sonics lead it by 2.
Sean Kemp's only been shooting 42% in the series, but he's off to a very good start, going strong to the hoop, no fading.
One goes through Payton's hands, and the Rockets come back. Chucky Brown batted away and out of bounds to Houston. Hersey Hawkins quick on the defensive end.
This has been the poorest start for the Houston Rockets. Yes, they've made some nice plays, but in the first 3 games, which they all end up losing at the end, they were perfect.
Drexler too long, and Chucky Brown with the rebound. New 24 for Houston. No double team, and now Payton comes over. Lost the ball. Hersey Hawkins picks it up, and the foul. Drexler.
There's the double team when Akeem gets that ball up above his head and then tries to bring it back down. He loses time, and that allows the Seattle SuperSonics, the Sonics, which have led the NBA in steals the last 4 years, to come up with their trademark generator of offense, their defense.
Kemp. Sean Kemp is 4 for 4 from the floor. The Sonics are 5 of 6 and lead now by 4 with 8.5 to play in the first. And Drexler draws a foul at the offensive end. That'll be Hersey Hawkins, and that's number 2 on Hawkins.
Hannah was mentioning earlier about the injury to Sam Cassell. Clyde Drexler is not feeling so great himself. He's the guy that came off knee surgery. There's Sam Cassell on the bench. A serious decline in point production in all 3 games. Just 2 in the last game.
Akeem again.
But look how he's going to the hoop. In the first 2 games, he only shot 1 free throw. Last game, 11 free throws. None of this fading away stuff for the big man today. He's going right to the basket. And now Akeem is matched up against Sean Kemp.
Payton steps back. Gary Payton has been outstanding in this series.
First game, 28 points. Second game, 21. Third game here Friday night, 28 points again for Payton. His offense, his ability to get whatever he wants.
And an illegal defense call. George Karl, happy 45th birthday for George Karl today.
You look at this illegal defense with Robert Horry spread way out on the left side of your screen, talking to Joe Crawford. The Sonics in the lane.
Kemp with the rebound off the Olajuwon miss.
But the Sonics in the Chicago Bulls, they're able to extend their defense, and all this complaining about illegal defenses and zone defenses, I think is just that. Hogwash.
Rare miss for the Sonics. Olajuwon spins, got fouled, and will shoot two. Hakeem Olajuwon, a 6-point game in the first game blowout, and has worked hard to make amends for that since.
You see him moving. You see him going for the ball. That's the Hakeem Olajuwon we've come to expect as he's led this team to 2 straight championships. But you look, the numbers there, 15.5 points a game. Hakeem Olajuwon, a horrible percentage. The numbers this season, regular season, in the playoffs, but just 15.5 per game in this series. You're talking about one of the great playoff performers in history, up at the top of virtually every statistical category.
2-point lead for Seattle, 7:20 to play in the first period. Rockets must win to play again. Payton. Back of the rim, 2 straight misses for Payton. The all-long outlet tapped out of bounds by Urban Johnson. It'll be Houston basketball. Remember, the Rockets have lost 12 straight games to the Seattle Sonics, but in postseason, the Rockets are 10-1 when faced with elimination. The last time they lost one to Seattle in '93.
Greg, of those 12 games that they've lost in a row, 8 of them have been by 6 points or fewer. So we're talking about 2 teams that play great basketball right down to the very end, and then one team, and it always seems to be Seattle. And talking to George Karl before the game, he's amazed that Seattle's able to win every single one, because the Sonics, to a man, as well as a lot of other people in the NBA, feel that the Houston Rockets are the best clutch team in all of basketball, as they've shown the last 2 years in winning the championship.
Rockets have never beaten the Sonics in the postseason. Played them in the playoffs 4 times and are 0-4. We're tied at 12, just under 7 minutes to play for the first quarter. Shrimp draws the double team. Nate McMillan down the lane. Scoop doesn't go, and the follow by Sean Kemp. Kemp has 10.
Perfect basketball for Seattle. McMillan into the lane. Rudy needs a timeout, but when you throw that ball up over the center as McMillan attacks Hakeem, then Hakeem's man comes right in and slams it home.
Kemp has 10 of Seattle's 14. It's a 2-point Seattle lead. We'll come back to the Summit in a moment.
Catch Inside Stuff Saturday mornings on NBC.
Would that be paper or plastic? Sir? Sir? Paper? Plastic?
Plastic.
Well, at least you know how to get the groceries home. The always dependable Accord from Honda. Possibly the world's easiest decision.
Getting on top of your financial situation is tougher than ever. What you need is MetLife. We can help you get a grip on things and help you make sense of it all. Get Met. It pays.
Looking for something?
Yeah, that dime from Sprint's long-distance plan.
Having trouble finding it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's because depending on when you call, the Sprint cents rate isn't always a dime. It could be a quarter or 65 cents on calls to Canada.
Oh.
Try AT&T True Reach Savings. On average, most people can save more than with Sprint cents when they spend $25 a month on calls in the U.S. Plus, you'll always save more on calls to Canada.
Wow, I found what I'm looking for.
That's your true choice, AT&T.
Rust-Oleum, the ultimate defense against weather.
Hello from Plank Road, where our man Paul is out to prove that it's what's inside that counts. Take this bottle. Someone went to a lot of trouble to get their chip into it. But what are you gonna do with it? Then take this bottle, Ice House. The folks at Plank Road also went to a lot of trouble, but look at all you get. An ice brewed beer with no watered down taste, so it goes down smooth and easy. So, if it's what's inside that counts, you can always count on Ice House. Thanks, and enjoy.
The basketball mania is still very much alive here in Houston. Welcome back, everyone. Greg Gumbel along with Bill Walton. Mentioned before that the Rockets have lost 12 straight games to the Seattle Sonics, 19 of 23. Why is that?
Greg, Hakeem Olajuwon, who's been the best basketball player in the world the last 2 years, has not been able to figure out a way to beat this Seattle SuperSonics team because the matchups are so very, very difficult. As he tries to play against smaller, quicker guys who are always underneath him, running around like little pests, he just got to slap them away a little bit, push him off, get to the hoop, and be the determinant factor in these games.
Well, the steel-crazy Seattle Sonics almost got one there with Sean Kemp stepping in front of the pass. It's still Houston basketball. 14-12 Seattle.
It's much easier for Hakeem to play against Shaq and David Robinson and then outplay them and make big plays down the clutch when he has to play against these guys who shoot the three-point shots so easily, like Perkins and Rakowski as centers. Of course, Detlef Schrempf has just been killing guys, too.
That one blocked by Johnson. And Schrempf going to slow him down and wait for everybody else. Kemp to the free throw line and then back out front.
Seattle and the Lakers, the two teams that Houston has had to play in this first two rounds, are the toughest teams in the Western Conference for Houston to play against.
Schrempf just came up short on that shot, and the Rockets come back looking for the tie. Drexler all the way across to Ori, open for three.
And another factor why Hakeem has such trouble, because he's not in his normal defensive position against Seattle. He's not just camping out in the lane, playing against a big, strong banger going to the basket. He's always finding himself underneath the hoop or out in the perimeter, and he just can't be that great shot blocker, that great rebounder that we've come to expect from the Dream.
Boy, Sean Kemp has come out smoking this afternoon. He is 6 for 6, has 12 points, and a 4-point Seattle lead with 5:20 to play in the first.
And you see the confidence, the poise that Seattle is playing with. George Karl has done a masterful job of bringing this team.
Shot clock at 3. Ori has to hurry his shot. It won't go down, and Johnson has the rebound. Here comes Payton. 3 on 2. Kemp on the baseline. And so far, the Rockets have not found a solution for the problem that is Sean Kemp.
And we see something already in game 4 to start here. Drexler finally makes a layup for the Rockets, but at the end of game 3, the Rockets are starting to look around and point fingers and say, hey, why aren't you doing something out here?
Johnson. Tap no good. And foul goes against the Rockets. Loose ball.
Sean Kemp from the perimeter extends Hakeem's defense, bringing him away from his comfort zone. And then Sean Kemp just running out. There has been no answer for either Kemp or Schrempf. Kemp has done it in transition on defense. Sean Kemp leading this series in rebounding, been posting up Hakeem at will. And then Detlef Schrempf. Whenever they needed a basket, no one's been able to slow him down.
2 fouls now on Clyde Drexler. Sam Perkins into the game for the Sonics. Schrempf with the turnaround.
Talking to Robert Ori before the game about guarding these forwards like Schrempf and Kemp. Said they've just been making incredibly tough shots, Bill.
Payton with the defense. Drexler had to force the shot.
Nate McMillan doing all the little things.
Lost that one. Smith on McMillan. And he'll shoot 2. So Houston with a little defense of their own as they trail by 4 as we're under the 4-minute mark for the first quarter.
Sean Kemp double teamed, and he just throws a bad pass, a soft pass. The floating passes that the Rockets have been throwing throughout this series. And looks like a lot of ball there. The fans complaining about excessive aggressiveness by McMillan. Certainly not the case. Kenny Smith coming off his best game. The average in the playoffs are decent for Kenny Smith. Last game, 27 points, 11 rebounds, played the entire 48 minutes, but in the second half was really a non-factor after a perfect first half where he had 22 points. The Rockets need Kenny Smith's outside shooting.
Smith hit 5 3-pointers in that game. A 115-112 loss here in the Summit.
Gary Payton has become such a disciplined offensive player.
Shrimp. And Kemp is there for the follow.
And that's the same play. The Houston Rocket defense is not rotating properly. When Akeem goes for blocks, you're talking about the greatest shot blocker in the history of basketball by the numbers. They're not picking up his man when he goes for that block. That's the guards and forwards' responsibility.
Ori put the ball on the ground, almost lost it, tied up, and now out front to Mario Ellie. Mark Bryant. Had it stripped. Another steal. Payton. Tried to drop it for Shrimp, and Shrimp has to go back for it. Kemp down the lane, and a trap.
George Karl all over the refs. That is a very difficult call. Sean Kemp and the rest of the Sonics just outrunning the Rockets up and down the floor. The last time down the court, when Akeem will come across and alter that shot, nobody gets in Sean Kemp's way. That is a big man's dream when you're going to rebound with nobody boxing you out.
2:55 to play in the first.
Practicing your dunks. You don't miss a lot of those.
Akeem with the turnaround. And Kemp with a rebound. 20-16, Seattle by 4. Vincent Askew on the floor for Seattle.
Vincent Askew was terrific in Game 3 Friday night here at the Summit. Really got the Rockets, the Sonics, excuse me, back in the game after the Rockets exploded early on.
Payton followays there.
Greg, we talked earlier this morning about how so much of the Sonics' demise in recent years in the playoffs has been an inability to score in the set offense. Payton, Kemp, and Shrimp have been masters in the set offense in this series.
Fans react to the muscling of Akeem in the middle, and then a long shot by Robert Horry.
Houston's losing their poise.
McMillan. And Ellie has the rebound. Rockets desperately need someone to take charge here in the early going. Ball stripped by Payton. Taken back by Olajuwon. And then he threw it away. Up ahead, Payton on Ellie. Foul. And he'll shoot 2. Gary Payton, such a disruptive force on defense.
Defensive player of the year. Stealing the ball. This game has been all Seattle so far. Their confidence, their poise has been fantastic.
All great cars are built from the ground up. But to build something truly extraordinary, we had to dig a little deeper. Introducing the new Acura CL Coupe. Further proof that luxury doesn't have to be boring.
Man, that's Grant Hill. Grant Hill drinks Sprite? Grant Hill drinks Sprite.
If you want to make it to the NBA, practice. If you want a refreshing drink, obey your thirst. Sprite. To earn this uniform, it takes years of practice. Or play the under the cap game with 1 in 6 chances of instantly winning free Sprite and Sprite Dream Team stuff.
We have a very special guest today. This is Jane's dad, and he is the manager at McDonald's.
Okay, just one at a time. Yeah, I know Ronald, okay?
Do you make
Yes, I get to make Big Macs.
You make cheeseburgers?
Yes, I even get to make the Arch Deluxe.
Introducing the burger with the grown-up taste. McDonald's Arch Deluxe.
Wow, how'd they do that?
Pennzoil, Performax 100. 100% synthetic at a breakthrough price.
100% synthetic at a price this low? How'd they do that?
Leave it to Pennzoil to make synthetic affordable.
How'd they do that?
Hey, there's more. An extra $6 rebate on a case. Or $6 off on an oil change by the pros.
How'd they do that?
Pennzoil, a broadcast sponsor of NBC's coverage of the 1996 Olympic Summer Games.
Tonight at a special time, 8/7 Central.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
The network premiere of A Few Good Men at an early time tonight on NBC.
Hi, I'm Nate McMillan of the Seattle SuperSonics. I'd like to wish my mother, Jeanette Tyson, in Garner, North Carolina, a happy Mother's Day. Mom, I'm sorry I can't be there. I got some unfinished work to be done in Houston. You know I'll see you soon. I love you, and enjoy your day.
I told Nate before the game that he's going to melt the heart of every mom in the audience with that message. Nate McMillan. Take a look at Akeem Olajuwon looking a little frustrated in the post.
Seattle has done their job in breaking the spirit of Houston. When you see Akeem begging for that ball, and he's waiting and waiting in there and can't get it. Those first signs of that surface in the second half Friday night here in Game 3. It's already evident in Game 4 here in the first quarter, where Seattle or Houston is saying, hey, I want the ball, and they can't get it.
First free throws of the afternoon for Seattle.
Akeem has not touched the ball in the paint in the last 5 minutes.
He just touched that one, missed the tap, though. The pass a little bit too high to handle, and Seattle has the basketball. Let's go over to Hannah Storm. Hannah.
Rudy T telling his very frazzled team, Greg, during the timeout, all you have to do is settle down a little bit. You're only hitting 1/4 of your shots. You got to read the defense and find the open man. But mostly he was just trying to calm these guys down, Greg.
All right, Hannah. Gary Payton scores in the lane. 25-16 as we come up on a minute to play in the first quarter. Sam Cassell off the bench. His shooting still not there. Horry with the rebound. Ellie had it stripped as he went down the lane. Got it back. Tapped up, no. And the rebound, well, foul goes against the Rockets.
Sean Kemp defensively has been terrific. All the little guys are stripping down low. Sean Kemp got a piece of that shot on the penetration by Ellie. Irvin Johnson now on the bench had 6 rebounds in the opening minutes, and everything is working perfectly for Seattle. As their set offense has just been precision. They're scoring at will. Payton can do exactly what he wants with no threat of opposition.
That foul was on Mark Bryant, and Sam Perkins will go to the line. We'll get substitutions after the first. Frank Rakowski on for Seattle.
They bring in more outside shooters. They take Kemp out, but Rakowski can come in and stroke that 3. Akeem will take his rest. Rudy Tomjanovich was very patient before this game. He realizes the accomplishments of this championship team, the obstacles that they've had to overcome. It's a very proud organization and well-deserved.
Rockets have shot a miserable 21% here in the first quarter, and that's out of bounds to Houston. They have missed 10 of their last 11 from the floor.
It was good. It was good to see Sam Perkins be able to stroke the ball, because that hand injury he suffered Friday night looked to be very serious on the initial viewing.
Kelly for 3.
With Akeem out of there, no real need for Seattle to double team a lot in the post. They're so programmed in.
Seattle looking at the last shot of the quarter. Gary Payton with an eye on the clock. Down to 2. Askew on the drive, on the run, no. But what a quarter for Sean Kemp and the Seattle Sonics. as the Sonics look to close the defending champions out with 4 straight. Kemp with 16 points on 8 for 8 from the floor. He's also grabbed 5 rebounds. Seattle has set the tone. It's the Sonics 26 and the Rockets 18. We're back for the second quarter in just a moment. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Hello?
How's your butt ice? Doobie, doobie.
That's the third one tonight.
It's okay. The police are tracing the call. Hello?
This is the police. Those calls are coming from inside the house. Repeat, those calls are coming from inside the house.
Drink Bud Ice, but beware the penguins.
Sir? Sir?
This is for Mr. Blanchard, who told me to make something of myself. For Miss Miller, who never let me settle for a C. For my parents, who believe in my dreams. For myself, for my future.
Be all that you can be.
那你生意怎么了？
嗨，不太妙。市场部老是收不到工程部的最新数据。
你是要 Lotus Notes 在网络上自动复制更新的数据，这样每个人都可以随时得到最新的信息，甚至是环球网上。
这样就能知己知彼，百战百胜。
一点儿也没错。
Inside, every person who needs a minivan is someone who swore they'd never buy one. For that someone, Honda created Odyssey, with 4 doors and a fold-away third seat. It's the minivan for people who deep down inside aren't minivan people. Odyssey, the Honda of minivans.
The NBA on NBC. The 1996 NBA playoffs.
There is the birthday coach, George Karl, celebrating his 45th. He's always been a very emotional guy, and even his team says he's a little bit different this year. We talked to George.
It's night and day. It's huge. There were many nights last year that I couldn't handle coaching. I was ready to quit, and the game was not fun. And we won 57 games last year and just didn't enjoy it very much. This year's team is the exact opposite. This reminds me of the CBA a little bit, where we're pranksters and we're laughing a lot, and they dish me a little bit, you know, and at least now I can take it. You know, 4 years ago I probably would have been throwing balls and trying to do something crazy. But I think being with the team for a long period of time has been rewarding. They know who I am. They know what I expect. They're tired of hearing me talk to them, so I don't talk that much to them. And but they still play hard for me, which is, I think, a big key.
It's very important when a team takes its cue from his coach, as the Sonics do from George Karl.
Greg, the Sonics and their coach are showing terrific signs of maturity and development. The respect now for the opposition, they have terrific respect for the Houston Rockets, but they're coming out with solid focus. They know exactly what they have to do. So much of the trash talking is gone. And this is a team that's surging, that's gelling, and give a lot of the credit to Coach George Karl and the patience and the poise and the confidence that he's given everybody.
That foul was on Frank Bukowski, and now Bukowski has picked up another quick foul down low. That's 2 personals in about 6 seconds on Bukowski.
Frank Bukowski is a very skilled player, and no need to mix it up with Mark Bryant, who has not been much of a factor.
That's an offensive foul as Mario Elie pushed Gary Payton.
We're going to get a delay of game here.
And Joey Crawford says delay of game warning against the Rockets.
You just don't want to see the Houston Rockets.
And now a technical foul has been called on Mario Elie. And this is just a loss of self-control here.
This is a championship team. Mario Elie, who was fabulous. But Mario Elie trying to get open here. Gary Payton, the defensive player of the year, just pushes him off, an obvious foul, and then he throws the ball away from the referee and then gets a technical. This team, the Rockets, has too much class to do things like that.
11:05 to play in the first half. Sonics have now opened up a 9-point lead, and then they have the basketball. Payton has gone to the bench. Askew, McMillan, Perkins, Brakowski, and Hawkins on the floor, and Sam Perkins.
Greg, there's another one of those extremely difficult shots that Perkins and Kemp and Schrempf have all made over the non-effective defense of the Rockets.
Ellie, and blocked, and it's out of bounds. And Seattle basketball? No, Houston. I want to remind you, tonight, Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, Demi Moore, the network premiere of a terrific movie, A Few Good Men. 8 o'clock, 7 Central, here on NBC. There's a pretty good guy.
The main man, one of the greatest players in the history of basketball.
Drexler wants to clear out. Olajuwon. No. Grabs the rebound. Fights his way back up, and he'll go to the line. We talked about how the Sonics take their cue from George Karl. This is the guy who has to be rolling if the Rockets are going to get a cue at all.
When you look at their major victories over the last few years, the whipping of San Antonio last year in the conference finals, Orlando, New York 2 years ago in the final, it was always Akeem making the big plays, the turnaround fadeaway jumper, the two banners hanging in this building because of Akeem Olajuwon. But now this is a totally different opponent. Opponent that has been playing without a center, without a low post threat, and now Akeem has not been able to make that adjustment.
7 points for Akeem, 10-point lead for Seattle.
Talking to Akeem before the game, he said he was going to try a few new things, but does not get a lot of good looks.
Nate McMillan for 3. Oh, and the Sonics just knocking them down from outside.
You could sense it in the locker room before the game. The Sonics, the focus, the confidence.
And Drexler just runs over Brakowski. Drexler feels he was fouled coming through the lane. No call. 9:49 to play. And the Rockets don't show the championship form.
Michael and the Bulls, Patrick and the Knicks. The thrills continue next on NBC.
The new Ford Taurus has people talking. Car and Driver noted it's wider, longer, and taller than before. Edward Armand says,
I'm amazed at its size. It's actually bigger than it looks.
Automobile Magazine calls it maybe the best family car ever made. And Maria Stylo adds,
I love it. I've never gotten so many compliments.
the new Ford Taurus. Now with $600 cash back, Taurus starts at just $17,945 or get 2.9% APR financing. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Get this. She wants to change her name from Heather to Feather.
Dad, recycle.
Bill's going nuts. Save the whales, save the llamas. She's very picky about her food.
Fried chicken.
Bill thinks he's losing his little girl and his Kentucky Fried Chicken. So last night he brings him a bucket.
Hello.
And in it, he's got the original recipe and this new tender roast. It's in pieces. Yeah, it's a whole new deal.
Okay, this is new.
Bill's got his fried pieces. Heather's got her roasted pieces.
Thanks, Dad.
And I've just got peace.
New tender roast. Now, any way you like it, roasted or fried, all you need is a little KFC.
On the Rue de Chaison, a minivan meets up with some adventurous souls. In a city by a bay, a Jaguar rendezvous with a resourceful accountant from Des Moines. We're in a simple business here at Budget Car and Truck Rental. It's about joining the right vehicles together with the right individuals all over the world. And when you see people as individuals, it makes a big difference in the way you treat them. Budget, all the difference in the world.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by the all-new Ford Taurus, a look you've never seen from a name you know well. By Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth. And by Snickers. Hungry? Why wait?
We've spoken about the Rockets losing their poise. Clyde Drexler to the hoop. As all of the Rockets have failed to do today, they can't control the ball. Down low, the swiping, and then Clyde just runs over Frank Bukowski, turns around and argues with veteran quality official Joe Crawford, earns himself a technical free throw. Not a good day so far for the two-time defending champion Houston Rockets.
The Rockets have made just 6 shots from the floor. They have turned the ball over 5 times already today, shooting just 25% from the floor. Hersey Hawkins makes it a 35-21 Houston lead, or Seattle lead. Let's go over to Hannah Storm. Hannah.
Well, Greg, there was a huge debate during that timeout about whether or not to take Clyde Drexler out of the game with the 3 fouls. Rudy Tomjanovich knows they need his offense, but also knew he was in foul trouble. And Clyde was determined to come back in the game. That took up almost the entire timeout, the discussion between the two. But as you can see, Rudy got the final call on that one, Greg.
Sean Kemp, now 9 for 9 from the floor this afternoon.
Clyde Drexler was in foul trouble in game 3. Sam Cassell ineffective on offense, but again, the difficult shots by the forwards for Seattle.
Kelly misfires on the 3, tapped out of bounds by the Sonics.
Sean Kemp gets the ball, one pump fake, it doesn't go down. Generally, you don't execute a shot that you just faked, but that's how well Seattle is playing right now. You're talking about going against Akeem Olajuwon. That's an illegal defense right there. You cannot double team Akeem when he doesn't have the ball.
And the fans giving the officials a standing ovation here.
Akeem Olajuwon in the low post. They come down quickly. Seattle anticipates that ball going in. They read that very well. But I think Houston has been guilty of being too casual on feeding the ball in to Akeem. I think you got to zip it in there so that he gets it quickly and can either make a move or establish himself before the defense gets there.
That one thrown away. Another turnover by the Rockets.
This is a 15-point game.
Kemp.
Good ball movement.
And Askew to the basket, and he's fouled hard by Olajuwon. A few of the Sonics running to the rescue.
Akeem was fined early in the week for some elbows that were undetected by the officials in game 1. Fined $5,000 by the league.
So Askew to the line to shoot 2. As you mentioned, Vincent Askew has been doing some quality work coming off the bench for the Sonics.
Askew, McMillan, and Perkins, it's the soul of that bench unit that George Karl loves to go to. They got the explosive guys who start, the guys like Kemp and Payton who are playing so under control in such a disciplined game now at this point in their career. Then he can bring in guys who can do everything, and Askew's one of them.
But Bryant gets Kemp in the air and then overshoots. Bukowski with the rebound. Houston has no one who has a hot hand on the floor.
Look at that ball movement.
Hawkins for 3. And Rudy Tomjanovich says, we got to search for another.
Frank Bukowski, real solid contribution off the bench as a backup center.
8:32 to play. The Seattle Sonics on a mission. The defending champions are the victims so far.
Climate is right for change. People don't want someone coming out of left field, and they sure don't want somebody who plays too far right. Griffey's in the center, perfectly positioned.
In this country, it's the bottom of the 9th. 2 outs. We're behind. We need Junior. We need a hit.
Pennsylvania, key state, not a good state for Griffey. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, both National League teams.
We've had an actor. Why not a center fielder?
If you can hit an Oral Hershiser slider, there's no reason to believe that you can't hit welfare reform.
They've got their elephants. They got their donkeys. We got our moose.
Man, that Ken Griffey for president thing's a straight-up sellout. Nothing but a big marketing scheme.
This is not, I repeat, not a marketing scheme.
Don't you have to be
35 to be president?
Well, that's what the Constitution says. I mean, if you're going to pay attention to that kind of stuff, yeah.
The loads are getting heavier, and the stumps are just getting more stubborn. You're working harder than ever. You need a truck that does, too. Meet the all-new 1997 Ford F-150. Our new Triton V8 cranks out even more power and torque. Our V6 out-muscles every standard truck engine in its class. And the first scheduled tune-up's 100,000 miles away. After all, the road's not getting any shorter. The new Ford F-150. Strength after strength after strength.
There's a 2-inch thick line, 22 feet from the basket. It knows me well. I always know where it is, but I won't let it break my concentration. It comes from practice, hour after hour, shot after shot, until I forget that line, until I forget the gym, everything. That's when my stroke is pure.
This summer, NBC News and Microsoft will bring you a 24-hour cable news channel and online service that will have no rival. MSNBC. It's time to get connected.
Well, the last time the Rockets lost a playoff series, it was at the hands of the Sonics. Game 7, 93 playoffs, trailing by 3 in overtime. The Rockets missed on last-second shots by Vernon Maxwell and Hakeem Olajuwon. The Sonics held on to take Game 7 and the series. That's pretty much been the history between these two teams. The Rockets have never beaten the Sonics in the postseason. 82, 87, 89, 93, and are within 1 game of being knocked out in 4 straight here in 96.
The Rockets have never been swept in a playoff series, but the moves that Seattle made, bringing in Detlef Schrempf, bringing in Hersey Hawkins and Frank Brickowski to the core group, that's been the difference in Seattle's move, and Houston just cannot score.
Horry. No one to light a fire for the Houston Rockets on offense.
Greg Hanna was telling me during the timeout that the Rudy Tomjanovich huddle was not a pleasant sight. He was lambasting the team about their lack of defensive effort. But Seattle's offense is perfect. I mean, they missed that shot there, but they get the ball right back. No, Brickowski was already out of bounds.
We'll remind you, coming up next, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between 2 of the biggest rivals in the NBA. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks try to even up the series. They battle Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Knicks and Bulls square off next as the NBA playoffs continue in prime time on NBC. Sam Cassell has been fighting the sore elbow and various other ailments. He's a guy who is usually an igniter on offense.
But he's had to go head-to-head against Gary Payton, and no one has had success with that this year.
Hawkins weaves his way through the defense. 43-25. Hersey Hawkins has 7.
There's that quick double team, and now they catch Hakeem along the baseline. And when he starts leaning off of that center of gravity, that's when the defense just closes in. That time, McMillan and Brickowski. As Hakeem gets to the baseline, see how they just slide right in, very, very tight. Very reminiscent of the way the Rick Pitino Kentucky Wildcats played in the college tournament this year.
Frank Brickowski had terrific position, but then reached in with that right hand and drew his 3rd foul, and he goes to the bench. Taken away.
Not good basketball by the Houston Rockets by any stretch of the imagination.
Hawkins on the move. And Olajuwon with the ball. Fans wanted a foul called on Sean Kemp. Cassell back for 3. No. And the long outlet for Payton. Spins. And Askew can't get the rebound. 43-25 as we come up on 6.5 to play here in the first half. Rockets will go back to Olajuwon. Across the lane, goes back and scores.
Look what happens when Hakeem keeps the ball in the triple threat position, down low and in front of him. His defender has to step away, and that gives Hakeem the room to operate.
Horry with the block on Askew, and Kemp fouled. No shot.
When Hakeem steps away from the basket, something he hasn't done much, he keeps it down low. Perkins has to respect the drive. He backs up, and then the head fake allows him to make that penetration and drive.
Akeem has drawn his second person.
Gary Payton is telling the referee, Joe Crawford, hey, throw me the ball, please.
Make a play.
Been bouncing it off my leg. And there's a cross screen foul. Trying to deny Sean Kemp.
And Cassell's first. What do you think George Karl wants for a birthday present today?
George Karl wants to go home a very happy man.
Out of the corner, Kemp. His first miss of the afternoon, and Perkins with the basketball.
And I think that George Karl, regardless of the outcome of this game, will go home a happy man. At worst, they'll be up 3-1. And that home court advantage in the Key Arena in Seattle has proved terrific.
Number 2 on Sam Cassell, as Payton will go to the line now to shoot a couple. Gary Payton averaging over 22 a game in the postseason, almost 7 assists and 2 steals a game. And goes into double figures now with his 10th point of the afternoon.
Gary Payton has a Defensive Player of the Year this year. You look at his numbers, led the NBA in steals. He's the first guard to win the award since Michael Jordan in 1988. Since '88, and it was Jordan, it's been all the big guys, Hakeem, David Robinson. Dennis Rodman was thrown in there for a year or so.
45-27. Corey, tough drive. Scoop doesn't go. Kemp with the rebound and the outlet for Payton. And Hersey Hawkins on the receiving end.
The pump fake of Sean Kemp's outlet pass was fabulous. That just set that whole play up, and Gary Payton can finish as well as anyone on the break.
Mark Bryant gets the basket, and he'll go to the line. As the Rockets try to hang in here with just over 5 minutes to play in the first half.
The last fast break, this pump fake there, that freezes Hakeem Olajuwon, gets him in the air and allows Gary Payton to get out. And then he gets in the air, drawing the defenders. He could have thrown it up on the backboard, whatever the Sonics are doing. It's perfect in this entire series.
I think Rudy T would have to agree with you, standing over there on the far side looking for a solution.
The way you had success in the past against Seattle was to get them in a half-court game and let Kemp come in the lane and start double clutching and throwing up wild shots, getting over the back offensive rebound fouls.
Blocking foul on Robert Horry as Payton hits the deck. It's also a smarter Seattle team. They're much more confident about what they can do as they go about their business.
A little handoff there by Detlef Schrempf. Robert Horry steps way out and bumps Payton. It is a much smarter Seattle team. You look at the overall development of Payton and Kemp, who are the undisputed stars of this team. I mean, Houston wins with Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler. Seattle wins with Payton and Kemp. And remember, these are young players just getting started. This would, if Sean Kemp had gone to college, this would be his 4th year in the NBA, which is about when guys start really taking off.
Rudy Tomjanovich says we want a 20-second timeout here, and that stops the clock with 4:56 to play here in the first half. Sonics lead it by a score of 48-29, and this is a team that has taken a lot of grief from its fans the last couple of years. Great expectations, an early exit from the postseason, but look at what they've done so far here in the series. Second half scoring, Sonics 64-31. That's closing out your opposition.
In game 2, a terrific game. All kinds of three-point shot records broken. Nate McMillan, 5 for 5 from behind the line. That ties Byron Scott's record in the NBA, as well as Brad Davis. Game 3, another nail-biter right down to the very last minute. Detlef Schrempf, 28 points.
Kemp and Payton have combined for 30 points. The Rockets had 29 until Cassell hit that one. 48-31 Sonics.
Sam Cassell wearing that elbow pad. He's been wearing it ever since he came in the NBA. He did not wear it for the first time Friday night, and he only had 2 points. He told me before the game, I'm going right back to the pad. Look at this set offense here by Seattle. Discipline, they get what they want.
Hawkins takes the bump and goes down the lane. Hersey Hawkins has 11. 50-31 Seattle. Mark Bryant sees the double team and goes back outside.
Seattle's so programmed to double team. Again, they're double teaming Mark Bryant.
Bryant muscled his way inside and hits.
Mark Bryant, who has been a very positive factor for the Rockets this year, not been able to distinguish himself in this series.
What a Tremp breaking free down low.
What a pass. Gary Payton just picking him apart. And again, the forwards making extremely difficult shots. And as opposed to game one, which we did, Greg, the forwards for Seattle, they're not thinking about or looking for Akeem anymore at this point on the defensive end for Akeem.
Game one was a tie game at halftime before it turned into a party in the second half for the Sonics.
Seattle foul number 40, Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp commits his third.
Greg, you mentioned the early playoff round exits the last couple of years for Seattle. And one of the things that's really different about this year's team, and talking to George Karl and the rest of the players about it, is the respect that they have for the opposition. This is not coming in anymore playing against Denver or the Lakers and thinking they can just come in and win at any time. The respect that Seattle has for the Houston Rockets is supreme, and it's one of the reasons why they're so focused.
We have 3:27 to play here in the first half, and Sean Kemp, with 3 personals, is going to stay on the floor.
And that's a mistake.
It's 52-35.
But the way it's gone for Seattle, it'll probably work out perfectly for them.
They haven't made too many mistakes over the series.
When you're up 3-0 and 20 points in the fourth game before the half.
Horry with the steal. Up ahead. Ellie. And George Karl wants timeout. Terrific defensive play by Robert Horry turned into a fast break basket for Mario Ellie and the Rockets, who are trying to stay close. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me.
Your turn, man.
When you've got the great taste of an ice cold Miller Lite, life is good.
I think she digs you. Really?
No.
Beyond the sea,
When Dave Thomas created Wendy's Spicy Chicken Sandwich, he used a whole breast fillet seasoned with his own blend of pepper and spices, but did he go too far?
Very spicy.
Wimp. It's perfect.
Depends on who you ask. Try Wendy's Spicy Chicken Sandwich.
Imagine your feet are under attack by many flesh-eating predators. That's athlete's foot. To cure them all, you have to kill them all. Lotramin AF. Full prescription strength medicine. The brand doctors recommend most. Lotramin AF. The killer cure.
There are all kinds of reasons we designed Ford Windstar to be so safe, with over 40 standard safety features, including dual airbags and anti-lock brakes. Reasons it received 5 stars, the highest possible rating in government crash tests, higher than any other minivan. In fact, there are so many reasons we designed Ford Windstar as safe as we did, it's impossible to pick our favorite one. Ford Windstar, now available with $1,000 cash back.
There were early hints of gymnastic greatness from Miss American, born in L.A. to Romanian parents. Last year at 13, Dominique Moceanu became the youngest ever senior American champion. In Atlanta, the all-round could mean gold. Her dreams will take her to the Olympics on NBC.
Coming up on the Prudential Halftime Report, we'll hear some interesting comments from Bulls coach Phil Jackson on his team's series with the Knicks and on his coaching future. Chicago and New York will be coming up from Madison Square Garden after the Sonics and Rockets. The Bulls, of course, now lead it 2-1. And also, as part of our continuing effort to chronicle the life and times of Dennis Rodman, we'll have an excerpt from his appearance last night on Saturday Night Live. Right now, the Rockets are just trying to stay alive, but they trail the Sonics by 15. Back to the summit we go to rejoin Greg, Bill, and Hannah.
All right, Bob, and there's Sean Kemp. And a few moments ago, Bill Walton said how stupid it was. Actually, he said it was a mistake to keep Sean Kemp in the game with 3 personals, but the official scorers have taken 1 earlier personal away, so Kemp has just 2 with 3:02 to play here in the first half.
And my retraction is officially in place.
And sincere.
Absolutely. You never take a guy out with just 2 fouls.
Rockets rebound the Payton miss and come back and try to improve.
Bench scoring for Houston much better today. A lot of that coming from Bryant, Ellie, and Cassell.
Shot clock is at 5. Cassell open for a 3.
Kemp missed. Payton streaking out. The Rockets' defensive rotation, they're hanging in on the offensive end. Payton has been able to leak out. Look at the quickness by Gary Payton.
Great save by Payton Shrimp. And foul by Mark Bryant, who got a little too close. The fans are up in arms, but Mark Bryant knew it as soon as it happened.
Gary Payton, one of the quickest players, so under control now. And again, his teammates, Hersey Hawkins, responding, knowing that they can expect terrific plays like that from Gary Payton.
Detlef Shrimp with 5 today. Terrific game 3 for him, 28 points and 5 assists.
His post-up ability, they really have not had an answer. Houston has not had an answer. And Ori is a outstanding. I think Ori is one of the best defensive forwards in basketball, and Detlef has been torching him. Mark Bryant, Chucky Brown, non-factors defensively.
2 minutes to play in the first half. Hakeem.
Look at Hakeem going to the basket that time. Hakeem 11th point in the game. None of this fading away stuff today. Houston going to a trap in Seattle with an answer for everything. Flashing a ball handler into the middle.
Payton for 3. And that'll be a loose ball foul on Sam Perkins.
Hakeem still a little bit slow on the entry pass. Hakeem, a very late double team. That's one of the best looks he's had this week.
And it's been a long week for the Houston Rockets.
It's so disappointing and so frustrating. This is a team, Houston, that truly believes that they are the best team in basketball. And why not? They've won 2 championships. They've beaten all comers. The injuries have wrecked so much of the regular season.
Rockets have improved their shooting from the field here in the second quarter. They hit just 25% in the first quarter. They're up close to 50% here in the second.
But the tough thing for Hakeem is that he's just not getting the opportunities, the shot attempts. Here's a guy who's only taken 14 shots per game in this series. He's got a career playoff average of 21 shots per game, and last year in the playoffs, 26 shots per game to get the title, and only 14 per game against Seattle this year.
54-41 Sonics, 125 to play. Shrimp on the nice pass in from Hersey Hawkins.
What is Houston thinking? Double team in the corner to allow Detlef Shrimp to make a layup?
Ellie open for a 3.
Emblematic of this series. In and out of the shot, a mistimed rebound by Horry, and then Sean Kemp leading the team, leading the series on the glass.
And at the other end, Hersey Hawkins a 3. Horry with the rebound.
Sean Kemp, no silly fouls here, under a minute.
And Ellie on the run. Looked like a bad pass when it started out from Robert Horry, but Ellie converted it for 2. 56-43, last 40 seconds now of the first half.
Ellie is to the Rockets what McMillan and Perkins are to the Sonics. Oh, Sean Kemp, he hit the first elbow. Sean Kemp's first elbow into Ellie's upper chest area, uncalled.
Foul is on Hakeem, and that's 3 on Olajuwon.
And Clyde has 3 as well. Clyde, a non-factor. Maybe he'll be fresh. Clyde Drexler for the second half.
There's Drexler on the bench.
Clyde won't say it, but his knee is killing him. He just had surgery down the stretch of the season. Dream Team member, not 92. Future Hall of Famer.
Drexler has just 2 points this afternoon. Kemp hits the second of 2. 57-43. 19 points for Kemp. Cassell looking for a way through the traffic. Now kicks it outside. Top of the key. Sam Mack. And Detlef Schrempf has the rebound. Ori stripped it away, but the Sonics come back with it.
Sonics forwards are really rebounding the ball fabulously.
Schrempf, offensive foul with 3 seconds to play. Detlef can't believe it's on him.
You see a little bit of a swing right now. The crowd trying to bring their beloved Rockets back. This lead is very strong, no. Realistic, well-established, obvious foul there.
Sam Cassell drew the charge. 3 seconds to play here in the first half. Cassell to the half court and tosses it up and off the mark.
That's the end of the first half.
The big men, the ones these teams look to. Akeem Olajuwon, 11 points, 2 rebounds, while Sean Kemp has been 9 of 10 from the floor and 19 points. He's grabbed 10 rebounds. Part of the reason why the Sonics lead 57-43. The Prudential halftime report coming up right after this.
The new Ford Taurus has people talking. Road and Track says the new V6 is a high-strung engine born to gallop. Chris Hayward said,
I'm surprised. A car this comfortable has that much pickup.
Automobile Magazine named Taurus Design of the Year. And Ray Wells agrees.
The new shape is just fantastic. Ford finally got me.
The new Ford Taurus. Now with $600 cash back, Taurus starts at just $17,945. Or get 2.9% APR financing. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Announcing Goodyear's Race Days Tire Sale. Save up to 25% on all Goodyear Eagles and all Goodyear Wranglers. Other Goodyear tires from $19.99. Get to Goodyear and save. And ask about InfiniTread with a lifetime Tread Life limited warranty.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As our new spokesman, Michael will deliver the LDDS WorldCom message.
When we shoot commercial. Commercial? But we had something a little different in mind.
Hi, this is Michael Jordan. This is Michael Jordan for LDDS WorldCom Long Distance. Hello. This is for your home or business.
Come on, Mike.
One more minute. You know, they have these prepaid calling cards with this good-looking guy on them. This is Michael Jordan for
LDDS WorldCom, telecommunication service that's one-on-one.
What do you get when you cross a high-quality conventional motor oil with an advanced formula synthetic? A revolutionary oil that protects better than regular oils, yet costs less than full synthetics. DuraBlend from Valvoline. Valvoline's the #1 choice of top mechanics.
Take me to the garden. Say, you're Akeem Olajuwon, aren't you? Right. You really did a number on us 2 years ago.
Where are we going?
The garden.
What's another toy?
Shortcut.
Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers, because nothing will hold you over like peanuts, caramel, and milk chocolate.
Well, here we are. The garden.
Hungry? Why wait?
NBC Wednesday. Witness the life and death struggle on the edge of the world. People magazine says grade A, breathtaking, but beware, not for the squeamish. A never-before-seen look at National Geographic's Life on the Edge, 8/7 Central, NBC Wednesday.
This is the Prudential Halftime Report, brought to you by Prudential. Live well, make a flag, be your own rock.
Hitting 9 of 10 from the field, Sean Kemp, a huge first half, 19 points, 9 boards. Seattle looking to close it in a sweep and leading on the Rockets' home floor by 14, 57-43 at the half. Bob Costas to be joined in our next segment by Julius Erving and Peter Vesey. We'll also hear from Bulls coach Phil Jackson. But first, the early game today was at the Omni in Atlanta. Orlando taking a 3-zip lead over the Hawks with a 103-96 victory. Penny Hardaway, playing with soreness in both legs, still somehow came up with 21 points and 6 assists today. but you see he was hobbling for a good portion of it. Nick Anderson will miss here. Penny there for the rebound, and he'll dish it to Shaq for the slam. Shaq was in some foul trouble, but finished with a team-high 24. The Hawks took the lead in the closing seconds of the third quarter, thanks largely to Mookie Blaylock. He scored 16 of his 20 in the third, and they were up 82-80 at this point. Now with Orlando up 1 with just over 2 minutes left. Shaq kicks it out to Dennis Scott for his specialty. Big three-pointer. Hawks held scoreless the final 2:47. Orlando wins at 103-96, and they could conclude the series in a sweep by winning Game 4 tomorrow night, also at the Omni in Atlanta. The final game of our triple header is, of course, the Bulls and the Knicks. And up next, we'll hear from Chicago coach Phil Jackson after a message from Prudential and a word from the NBA.
I am a grandfather that takes pleasure in doing anything I can for the kids, and they know it too. I've never been rich and never really wanted to be. I just feel you should live comfortably, but you don't need to be a fool about it. I try to impart that to my grandchildren. And you got to have a goal and an aim in life in order to get anywhere.
One scored 101 points in a half. Another had 454 collegiate steals, and 4 have had their number retired. They've won 6 national championships and 26 Player of the Year awards. And now they're together, the best of the best, and they have one common goal: to become the best basketball team in the world. The USA Basketball Women's National Team. It's about commitment. It's about teamwork. It's about time.
If you're a basketball fan, this guy is the greatest show on earth. Although if you're a Knicks fan, your appreciation of that fact may be a bit diminished, at least for this week. And we have Game 4 of the Knicks and Bulls from Madison Square Garden. Tip-off 5:35 Eastern Time. Chicago, as you know, leads at 2-1 after New York won in overtime yesterday, despite 46 from Mr. Jordan. After the game, Marv Albert spoke with the Bulls coach, Phil Jackson.
Standing ovation for the head coach of the Chicago Bulls, Phil Jackson. He announced today that he was voted the NBA Coach of the Year for the very first time.
I think it's a kiss of death kind of situation. No, not really, but how many guys stay with their ball club after they win Coach of the Year? How many teams really do well? It's not an award for winners. It's kind of an award for behind the scenes, kind of a job that's a surprise during the year.
Looking back at this record-breaking regular season, would you say that this has been your best coaching job?
Well, it's a different type of coaching job I've had to do this year. It's not so much on hands-on type of thing. It's fundamentals, execution, game coaching. It's more manipulating people, managing groups of individuals, and, you know, obviously the advent of Dennis Rodman on our basketball club and his performance this year, and a steady performance, even though he had one episode, I think that was perhaps the recognition.
Where do things stand now in your contract negotiations? Can you see yourself leaving?
Well, not really. I've never envisioned myself leaving, but, you know, anything can happen. What we've done is tabled talks until post-playoffs, and then we'll get back at it.
You get the tap right to run your fifth side. Use the pass.
I can't see myself coaching a lot longer. I think that it's taken a lot out of me. I know the duress that it puts a person under. I enjoy coaching, but I'm going to wait it out and see what happens. And I'm not opposed to sitting back after this year and taking that sabbatical if things don't work out.
Phil Jackson reports in for New York. They want the windmill effect on the inbound.
Now, you played 11 years for the Knicks, 11 of your 13 NBA seasons. Your coach at the time, Red Holzman, became your coaching mentor. So it seems natural that if the opportunity presented itself here, that there could be some interest. I know Jeff Van Gundy was upset the last time there was a passing reference to this.
Yeah, it would be inappropriate, I think, for me to talk about this position until it's vacated, and I want to make that perfectly clear. But, you know, yes, I have my eye on, as a former Knickerbocker, I would have my eye on the New York job as, you know, an interest spot.
Now, your rivalry with Pat Riley in previous years, particularly when he was coaching the Knicks, has been well documented. Are there bad vibes between you and Jeff Van Gundy?
Well, not at all. I don't think that, I don't know the man. I've never exchanged any dialogue with him at all. I just felt he kind of picked up the message that Pat had and, you know, threw it onto our team.
March 10th game, was that the perfect game? Phil Jackson called it the post-mutiny game yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know he knew our team that well.
The media is taking out of context maybe some things that, you know, it shouldn't have in an effort to make things look like there's verbal sparring going on. I don't feel like there's any sparring going on between the clubs.
We're not executing yet. We look like we're just playing one-on-one basketball.
What do you look for game 4 here today?
Today, we're going to have to be able to make the adjustments overnight. We're going to have to be able to have the energy necessary. You know, the players are going to take care of themselves. They stayed in, obviously. Didn't go to Atlantic City and gamble. Do the things that have caused us trouble in the past. And if Michael's 100% and comes out with a renewed energy, we're going to be fine. And we can make the adjustments. We've got veteran players.
Do you know that for certain, though?
No, I don't.
Well, no sign of panic in the coach's voice, and no doubt that resolve will be transferred to his great team. You know, they've only lost back-to-back games once this season. The defense has held up for 3 games. It's the offense that's been lacking. So I think this afternoon they're going to just look for it from other places. Maybe Ron Harper, who said he likes to score points, Steve Kerr, and maybe James Edwards.
I don't think the Bulls think the Knicks are capable of another great game back-to-back like this. If Scottie Pippen can't get off early, I look for Michael Jordan to try to dominate the offense early on, which I think is definitely not what he should do. I think he should be getting everyone involved, like Doc says. But I think Jordan feels that he will not have the energy to overcome any lead that the Knicks might take early.
Well, you heard Phil Jackson refer to his guys not going to Atlantic City. And in fact, Dennis Rodman was definitely in New York City, and millions saw him there. That's because he made an appearance on Saturday Night Live. Look.
Now, Dennis has something he wants to say here.
I'm running for vice president.
You're going to have to learn that there is such a thing as rules, Dennis Rodman. Rules. Do you understand that?
Sure. I understand.
Oh, good.
That's the way it is. Good night and have a good weekend.
I wonder if there's an extra fee for the makeup people when there's body work involved.
I, for one, am totally relieved that Dennis's act is about comedy.
Well, shifting gears here, however awkwardly, there's nothing funny from Houston's perspective about what's happening. Seattle's a terrific team, but the Rockets are on the verge of being swept, and the 2-time champions might see it end on their floor, and that's bitter.
It's interesting that they swept the Rockets, they swept Orlando in the championship, and now they might get swept this year. To go out this way is not the way you expect a champion to go out. But when Hakeem Olajuwon is only able to come up with 11 points in the first half, more domination by Seattle's defense, Robert Horry and Sam Cassell cannot pick it up. Horry 1 for 6 in the first half. Sonics are going to win this.
All right, well, one other note before we depart. In the other Western Conference semifinal, the San Antonio Spurs play Game 4 of their series in Utah tonight against the Jazz. TNT will carry it at 8:30 Eastern Time. It's halftime in Houston. The Sonics lead it by 14, looking to finish off the Rockets. And we're back with the second half following these messages from your local station.
This has been the Prudential Halftime Report, brought to you by Prudential. Live well, make a plan, be your own rock.
It's Must-See Thursday's season finales, the biggest night of the year. First on Friends, Tom and Monica make a huge decision and meet Chandler's surprise soulmate.
Oh, my God.
And will the single guy stay single?
My world, as I know it, is over.
Then a huge Seinfeld finale answers all your questions. George's wedding, Jerry's future.
They come in love. God help us!
And shouldn't Caroline be kissing the groom? And stop that stupid music! Watch NBC's season finale Thursday.
There were 2 times when we wanted our customers to really appreciate the new Chrysler Sebring convertible.
Day and night.
We literally redefined the convertible from the ground up.
Of course, sunny skies and starry nights aren't the only reasons to own this car.
It's quieter than you'd expect.
Cab forward provides more interior room as well as a more stable ride.
It truly is a car that gives you the sun, the moon,
and an actual backseat.
They're taking your property and not even asking you.
We went outside and the car was gone.
For some people, it's the most expensive property they own.
That is rip-off. That is my car. I paid for that my cash. I worked very hard for money I had.
Wavy News 10's Andy Fox exposes tow truck companies cruising the streets, preying on innocent people. Could your car be at risk?
The rip-off leaves.
Watch Ticked Off and Towed, Tuesday at 11, only on the station on your side. Wavy TV 10. He tempted young women with promises of fame and fortune.
There are a lot of young girls that have no clue, they're all naive to what he's trying to do.
Some called it the Hampton Roads Bikini Team. Others just called it a mess.
The very first check he wrote me, check bounced.
Now he's back at it again. Is your daughter, your business, his next victim?
I just would hate to see this happen to anybody else.
Bikini Dream or Disaster. Monday at 11, only on the station on your side. Wavy TV 10. Leaving malls behind. Watch Shopping with Ease, Monday at 6.
You're watching the NBA on NBC. The 1996 NBA playoffs.
Greg Gumbel, Bill Walton, Hannah Storm back at the Summit in Houston. Are the Rockets down to the last 24 minutes of the season? They trail 57-43. A look at the Miller Lite halftime stats will tell you some of the reasons why. Seattle has been shooting better than 54% in this series. Look at what they've done. 22 for 40 in the first half. Sean Kemp leading the way. 19 points on 9 of 10 from the floor. The bench scoring has been good for Houston, thanks to Mark Bryant, who has 10 points off the bench. They've outscored the Seattle bench 22-7, but it hasn't been nearly enough. Hannah Storm with Rudy Tomjanovich. Hannah.
Thanks, Greg. Coach, you're facing potentially the final half of the season. I know you have the ultimate faith in this team and what they can accomplish. What did you tell them at halftime?
Well, we've got to stop being our own worst enemy. I thought in the game 2 and 3, we handled their double teams very well. I thought we got a little anxious today. And now we're in a survival mode. Every possession's got to be a war. We might have to go out and throw that half-court press on them. But every single possession we've got to fight for.
They're executing their offense so well. Is that a function of what they are doing effectively or a breakdown on your team on the defensive end?
Well, I'm sure it's a little bit of both. But everybody's been talking about their defense, and it has been a factor, but we haven't been able to stop them, and that's been the biggest problem we've had.
Okay, Coach, good luck in the second half. Greg?
All right, Hannah, whatever. Rudy Tomjanovich and the Rockets need answers to some questions or else this season's over.
Introducing the new Pepsi Stuff catalog. Now, the more Pepsi you drink, the more great stuff you're going to get.
Sure beats the bus.
When we developed our advanced handling and driver control system, we looked to Lexus and BMW. But we didn't stop there. Chevy Blazer with the exclusive driver control system. Even if you never take it this far, it's nice to know it's there.
Yeah. It's all good on the hard, will remain in calm. My game is tight and the bomb like Sean. Simply on the mission when transition is the game. Steady on the game, it's the man who make it rain. Came on the scene, green at 19. Critics intervened, but I still made the dream. Now the whole world is mine to reinvent, where my skills represent like my name was Sean Kemp. Yeah, you better understand it. This is my planet.
Saturday. These guys hunt people. The price is $750,000. But this time, they've targeted a hero. Yeah. And now their prey is stalking them. Jean-Claude Van Damme in the network premiere.
How does it feel to be hunted?
Hard Target, a special Saturday movie on NBC. Parental discretion advised.
The defending champion Rockets trying to hold on to live to fight another day. They had never lost 3 straight before Game 3 of this series, and now are facing a 4-game losing streak in the postseason. You look at the leading scorer, Sean Kemp has been outstanding to lead the way for the Sonics. Hakeem Olajuwon with 11, Mark Bryant off the bench with 10. Seattle Sonics, a club record 64 wins this season. Finished the regular season 64-18 and have won 5 straight in the postseason. Clyde Drexler, one of the Rockets, hoping to turn things around here in the second half.
Clyde Drexler averaging 20 points in this series. He's just got 2 today. Very disappointing and difficult day for a truly great world champion. Obviously, that leg has got to be a serious factor. He's the offense. He and Hakeem Olajuwon. You talk all you want about defense. You can beat your head against the wall with strategy. When you're playing against a team as hot as Seattle and playing as well as they are, oh, they had to burn a timeout. No, they didn't even give him the time.
Robert Horry on the baseline lost control. Clyde Drexler has averaged 13 points in the first half of this series and just 7.6 in the second. He's going to have to turn that around if the Rockets are going to play any more basketball after this afternoon, and Horry guilty of foul. That's number 2.
Not a good start for Robert Horry. Hasn't been a good series for Robert Horry, who had fine moments against the Lakers. But it was the last time that the Sonics, or that the Rockets, lost a playoff series in Robert Horry's rookie year to the Seattle Sonics. It was Robert Horry's inability to play in that series because of knee tendonitis that really hurt the Rockets' chances.
Olajuwon open, comes up short on the shot. Mark Bryant starting the second half in place of Chucky Brown for Houston here. Irvin Johnson blocked by Olajuwon, comes back. And Hakeem draws the foul now. Johnson looks for the foul and doesn't get it. Irvin Johnson draws his second of the day.
Give George Karl a lot of credit in utilizing his entire roster. He starts Irvin Johnson, who's the 3rd best center he's got. He plays the first 7 or 8 minutes of each half. Oh, that's a terrible pass by Kenny Smith.
And Schrempf off the steal and pass from Gary Payton.
Goodness knows why you would hang a pass out anywhere near Gary Payton's hand. Detlef Schrempf has been magnificent this entire series. Detlef comes from a solid UCLA basketball background. And even though he grew up in Germany, Leverkusen, Germany, most of his early coaches were ex-UCLA and John Wooden basketball players.
Bill, the last couple of years, we know how deadly and devastating the attack of the Houston Rockets has been from behind the three-point line. Today, they are 1 of 14.
And after shooting just 34% in the first half, I mean, we talk about offense is what they really need. Come out, just let it fly and get some points on the board.
Olajuwon in the lane.
But Seattle just keeps running it right back up. There's an offensive foul.
That looks like Sean Kemp, and that's number 3 on Kemp.
Sean Kemp is 3rd.
59-45. Kenny Smith open, top of the key. 3 goes in and out, and Robert Horry is there for the putback. Well, the crowd still has faith in the Rockets.
And they're just down 12. And they come roaring back here.
And Mark Bryant with the hold on Kemp.
The key for Seattle is to keep playing the aggressive offense the way Utah did yesterday. And it's when you get these big leads that it's so very difficult to maintain your focus and concentration. But George Karl's had an answer for everything.
Schrempf. Drexler with the rebound and is going to push it. And take it down the lane. Got the basket and he'll shoot 2. Just rolled off the edge. That's 3 on Irvin Johnson. Sore knee or not, Drexler took it end to end.
When Clyde Drexler is playing this explosive end-to-end game, that's when he opens it up. That's when he changes the nature of the Rocket attack. That's what they didn't have in their first championship run when they waxed the Knicks. Kemp's got some blood on him. He'll have to sit down for a little while. Long-time trainer Frank Furtado will have to take care of him.
Drexler with just 2 points so far this afternoon. Clyde with 28 in the Game 3 loss, 115-112, which the Rockets came pretty close to coming back and at least pushing to overtime.
They've had a chance, a real chance, maybe even should have won the last 2 games, which would have obviously changed the entire nature of this series.
Rockets have it down to 10.
But now it's Drexler on Perkins in the post, a terrible mismatch.
Schrempf. Detlef Schrempf.
That has been the difference. The inability of Houston to close out on perimeter people. Seattle, maybe even better than Chicago at closing out defensively.
Horry for 3. And Mark Bryant with the rebound. Kenny Smith for 3. And they are not falling for the Rockets from long range.
Gary Payton is playing such a disciplined ball game. Very under control, a lot like John Stockton. Not trying to do anything fancy, keeping it right in that triple threat position.
Here comes Drexler again. Horry. And a blocking foul is called on the Sonics. Detlef Schrempf draws his 3rd.
Robert Horry in transition. Clyde is not great at dribbling with his head up, but always seems to be able to find the right guy. And when Robert Horry can stroke his shot and get out in the lane, because his set offense, Robert Horry has not been good. His post-feeding passes, which are usually the strength of his game, they've been too slow and too predictable into Akeem, not helping Akeem the way he normally does.
Well, Rudy Tomjanovich would like to find anybody who can stroke it at this point. The Rockets 1 for 17 from behind the 3-point line. That's just 6%.
Now here's that tough matchup. Who's going to guard Detlef Schrempf?
Sam Perkins. And Drexler with another board.
Just down 11.
Hakeem open out of the corner. 15 for Olajuwon. George Karl says, take your time. Instead, Detlef Schrempf going to push it. Perkins lost the handle and scored.
Sam Perkins has never lost to the Houston Rockets in the playoffs. This is the 4th time he's played them. Played them against when Perkins was playing for Dallas. Oh, that's just terrible offense. Moving wildly but blindly to try to find someone who you don't know is there. But Perkins playing for Dallas, beat the Rockets. Playing for the Lakers, beat the Rockets. And of course, beat
Olajuwon. Oh. There's the Hakeem Olajuwon move we've all come to know.
You got to force shots. You can't wait to get your rhythm.
9-point lead for Seattle. Hakeem has 17. Schrempf, top of the key. Detlef Schrempf was calling for illegal defense. Finally got the ball back and nailed the 3.
He makes a 3 and he's complaining.
And now Gary Payton is talking to the official about it. Meanwhile, timeout on the floor. 6:50 to play in the 3rd. Rockets showing signs of life. We'll be back to the Summit in a moment.
I do not drive to work. I do not drive to get from point A to point B. I do not drive to run away from the world. I just love to drive.
The new 1996 Monte Carlo. Personal space from genuine Chevrolet. The cars more Americans trust. See your Chevy dealer for special 4.8% APR financing on Monte Carlo.
374-90042.
Account code.
963400.
Fax.
697-364.
Cellular.
889-26801.
Since the last thing you need is one more number to remember, MasterCard is developing the single-digit PIN code. Someday, a computer chip in your card will recognize your unique mark, so your personal identification code is personal. It's how the future will be paid for. MasterCard. It's smart money.
All right, we're jamming. I wanna jam it with you. We're jamming, and I hope you like jamming too.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Budweiser, official sponsor of the 1996 Olympic Summer Games. This Bud's for you. By Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. And by Old Spice High Endurance Deodorant. For long-lasting odor protection, now you've got proof, not promises.
Seattle Sonics are wasting a lot of time. Detlef Schrempf here trying to point out that Robert Horry is illegal as the ball moves to this corner. As it moves a little bit there, and we'll stop it right there. But Detlef Schrempf is in the middle of the court. And as long as he's in the middle of the court, this guy can be right here. Make a three-point shot, which he does. And quit worrying about illegal defense. You're trying to go for a sweep here. Make a shot, please.
66-54, Sonics, 6:45 to play in the third. Drexler down the lane, double pumps and scores. They came out of the break. I commented to you, Bill, the Houston Rockets do not look like a beaten team at this point.
Right now, they're playing with that pride, which is obviously what Rudy Tomjanovich appealed to him. That's what the media in Houston was all about this morning. Gary Payton, a rare error jumping in the air to pass.
Sean Kemp.
Sean with that heavy Band-Aid underneath that left eye. He hits jumpers like that. What are you going to do?
Kemp now 10 of 12. Drexler on the drive. Blocking foul called on the Sonics. George Karl puts his hands in his pocket.
Sonics have to maintain their poise here. Houston's making a good push. 2 times ago, Clyde Drexler just takes Hersey Hawkins and makes a typical Clyde Drexler play. Basically unbelievable and unmatchable, undefensible.
Sonics by 12. Olajuwon for 3. And that's out of bounds. Loose ball foul on Robert Horry. Loose ball foul is called. And that's number 3 on Horry.
Good call. A little bit late, but wait to see how the play develops. Akeem, frustrated, has to resort to the three-point shot, even gets shots up attempted. The ball goes out of bounds, so you have to call a foul.
That's a little anxiety on the part of Akeem. You don't want Akeem putting up three-pointers with 12 seconds left on the shot clock.
But he can make a three-point shot. And I think that's what separates him from David Robinson and Shaquille O'Neal.
Payton spins, kicks it out. Kemp out of the side, no. And the long rebound picked off by Payton.
The quickness of Gary Payton. He was well underneath the basket, committed in another direction, and came right back and still beat everybody to the ball.
Payton.
Over Akeem Olajuwon, one of the truly great defensive players to ever play this game.
14 for Payton.
Along with Jordan and Russell, David Robinson right up there.
Robert Horry tries to scoop it home. And now Schrempf outside Hersey Hawkins. And Mark Bryant with a rebound.
Great. The Sonic forwards are outrunning their counterparts for Houston. And that's what's creating these offensive fast break opportunities.
Horry. And that's out of bounds to Seattle.
Seattle withstood a great run to open game 3 here Friday night. They came all the way back after being blown out in the first quarter. Houston's in one of those surges right now. Seattle can just hang on, maintain their poise, and keep scoring.
Perkins, pass in the lane, is batted away. Loose ball into the backcourt. Shot clock is down to 5. And Payton going to bring it right back down the lane. That's an offensive foul. That's number 1 on Payton.
It's a very difficult call here. At the foul line, Payton takes off. And the replay looked like Mark Bryant did have position. You hate to see guys running underneath a shooter who's jumping from the foul line.
4:15 to play in the third. Sonics by 14.
Seattle's taken Kenny Smith totally out of this game by double-teaming him.
Drexler tries to scoop it home. Got his rebound and got it blocked. Payton down the lane, scoops it up. He'll go to the line and he'll shoot 2. Kenny Smith says, where's the foul? We'll remind you this Thursday, it's huge on NBC, the season finale of all your favorite must-see TV Thursday comedies and the season finale of ER. Mark your calendar. Plan on watching the season finales on must-see TV NBC Thursday.
Kenny Smith has been a non-factor today. Just 2 points. He had 27, including 22 in the first half of Game 3. George Karl has brought this team so far. And here's a guy, the highest winning percentage in the history of the Sonic franchise. A kinder, gentler George Karl now as he's mellowed all the way to 45 years of age. His winning percentage against Houston since he's been a Seattle coach, 23-6. 23-6 in the 4 years as the Sonic coach.
71-56. Rockets by 15. Sam Cassell, top of the key. Three-pointer doesn't fall, and this one will go against the Sonics. Ori working on the good position down low. Drew it on Detlef Schrempf. I said the Rockets by 16, I meant, or by 15, I meant the Sonics by 15. And Ori shoots 2.
Akeem encouraging Sam Cassell to stroke it up there to get a good delivery. Robert Ori can't find the range at all. But the second halves of these games, these 3 games, have been dominated by this Sonic team. Vincent Askew now in his rotation off the bench. 15 points per game in the first 3 games. A Seattle advantage over the Houston Rockets.
Ori misses 2. Sonics now with Kemp, Payton, Vincent Askew, Sam Perkins, and Nate McMillan on the floor.
And remember what Rudy told Hannah about every possession being critical at the halftime. Rockets squandering some easy opportunities.
Shot clock at 5. Kemp off the baseline out of the corner and got the bounce.
This is probably the most remarkable thing that's happened in this series. The fact that Shawn Kemp has been able to regularly face up Akeem Olajuwon. And this is the greatest player in the world with Michael Jordan. And Shawn Kemp has just gone right at him.
Kemp has 23. Michael Jordan coming up next year on NBC as the Bulls take on the New York Knicks in Game 4 of that Eastern Conference semis. Here we have 2:57 to play in the third. Sonics 73, Rockets 56.
Oh, Bill, did I tell you what Patty said that Rachel heard about what Mark said about Patty? Well, Bill, are you listening? Anyway, Patty ran into Rachel, who had run into Mark at a party. So, according to Bill, are you listening to me or to the game?
5 ticks left on the clock. Missiles down by 1. Just a reminder, this game brought to you by Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good. Smith inbounds to Wakeman through the paint. Tomahawk jam. Yes!
All across America, you're there to see us through. Just around the corner, a neighborhood Jiffy Lube.
Jiffy Lube. With 1,200 locations, we're always there when you need us. And we offer Pennzoil.
3,000 miles, you make us smile. America's Jiffy Lube.
Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change.
You ever notice the face of your kid on the way to McDonald's? His eyes light up. He smiles uncontrollably. And he just gets so happy.
Come on, Dad. Some things never change.
Now McDonald's has a new kind of burger, the Arch Deluxe, with the taste, toppings, and big size grown-ups love. The new Arch Deluxe, the burger with the grown-up taste, also available with bacon.
Of all the things trucks can do, there's one thing that's never been done before. Only Chevy trucks have ever won back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards.
The network television premiere. Demi Moore, Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
A Few Good Men after basketball tonight on NBC.
Hi, this is Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets. I want to wish every mom out there a happy Mother's Day, but especially my mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Nice sentiments, Clyde, which we agree with, and we wish a happy Mother's Day to everyone. And boy, speaking of Clyde Drexler, let's go on up to Hannah Storm. Hannah.
Well, we are here with his proud mother. Clyde is the middle of the 7 children of Eunice Scott Drexler. Now, Clyde told us that you taught him to believe in himself. I guess that's been tested pretty tough in this series. It's been a tough one for the Rockets overall.
Yes, it has been very tough for all of them, I would say. With all the injuries we've had, everything has been like downhill.
What kind of advice have you given your son?
Well, just be strong. Try to take care of yourself in the game.
Are the injuries hurting him more than he's let on? He's so full of pride, and he tries to not tell us about him, but he certainly has been hurt.
Yes, he tries to hide them. Yes, he's very hurt. Besides, his neck is still hurting him, and his ankle is still swollen. Yes, he's hurt.
All right, Mama, well, you take care of him in the off-season, okay? Hopefully it won't come too soon. Greg?
All right, Anna, that's a better medical report than we ever get from Clyde. Well, there's his neck and his ankle, and, of course, there's the knee. Peyton with 6 seconds down the lane, had to throw it up, look for a foul, didn't get it. Back comes Mario Ellie. Drexler, and he travels. Orlando, a winner over Atlanta today, now leads 3-0. And coming up next here on NBC, the Knicks and the Bulls. Game 4. Chicago leading that 2-1.
Orlando, the only undefeated team in the playoffs, playing spectacular ball, winning on the road, not even giving their opponents a breath of fresh air as Sean Kemp throws one down on Akeem Olajuwon.
Well, Robert Horry reaching in his 4th.
Sean Kemp, who in Game 3 had 21 points and 18 boards. This is on Akeem Olajuwon. This is taking a guy, 18. That's the problems he presents. His ability, he strokes the outside jumper on the break in the set offense. That's something that Ewing could not do, David Robinson could not do, Shaquille O'Neal could not do. Yet Sean Kemp has done with regularity in this series.
24 points, 12 rebounds today for Sean Kemp. Speaking of those Houston problems, you wonder about their shot selection. They are just 1 of 18 from behind the 3-point line, but on 2-point field goals, they're shooting 50%.
Get inside. Akeem's only taken 9 shots in this game. He's only touched the ball 12 times in the paint.
Horry, there's another missed 3.
It's another wild shot. And that just frustrates Akeem.
Drexler missed 3.
This is like the days of Vernon Maxwell for the Houston Rockets. Just come out and throw it up and tell Akeem to go rebound.
And Perkins inside. This one fast getting away now from the Rockets, 77-58. And we're under 1:40 to play.
And the Sonic bench standing, anticipating a timeout from Rudy Tomjanovich. Never came.
And Olajuwon with a drive to the basket. 19 for Akeem. Mario Ellie calling for some help on the defense in the backcourt.
So many of the Sonic players can handle the ball on the perimeter. This is not a team that's limited by having a non-skilled player on the court. That's helped Akeem and his teammates to 2 championships. But right now, they are just being blasted.
George Karl and Gary Payton having one of those one-on-one conversations with George Karl says, you know, I listen to my players.
That's the relationship that Karl and Gary Payton have. And it goes back and forth. And they are both very excitable, very volatile players. When George was an All-American in North Carolina, you couldn't have a conversation with the guy who was so on edge.
Mario Ellie, and now down low to Drexler. Olajuwon. Push that one up and over Nate McMillan. A minute to play. 14-point difference.
But you saw how difficult that was for Akeem and the Rockets to get any sort of rhythm.
As you know, Kemp follows.
Rudy Tomjanovich told Hannah about how they were going to maybe have to go to the half-court trap here. Seattle has responded perfectly every time. Flash a guy, a ball handler, either Detlef or Vincent Askew into the middle, or a Perkins, and then turned into a 3-on-2 fast break.
Akeem on the drive, had blocked by Kemp. McMillan fouled from behind by Mario Ellie. And Bill, you're right. Whenever we've seen the Houston Rockets in their heyday and when they are rolling, they have such an offensive rhythm which just isn't there.
And now we're just seeing guys going one-on-one. And Seattle playing fabulous defense. You hack down low to force him to think about the strip down low, and then somebody else comes from the weak side and knocks it away.
Rockets score almost 102, almost 103 points a game during the regular season. Against Seattle, they've been averaging 96 a game, and that man just going to take a seat and just wonder what else he can do.
The coach has done his job, and the players have played well up till today. I think on Friday night, the spirit was broken, and that sense of confidence that the Rockets, who have won every big game they have played in the last 2 years, just have not found a way to get it done. And now they're just throwing up wild shots, playing one-on-one basketball. And when Akeem is getting dunked on and getting his shot rejected at the other end, that is a bad sign for Rockets.
Robert Horry came away from that call smiling. And McMillan with the steal and leaves it for Gary Payton.
When you turn a baseline out of bounds play for yourself into a fast break layup for the other team, there is no way you're going to win.
Last 12 seconds of the quarter. And Ellie for three. Drains a three with 2.1 to play in the quarter. And McMillan finds Kemp, who throws one up and misses everything.
It's the only thing he's done wrong today for the half-court shot.
Shawn Kemp has been outstanding with 27 points, 14 rebounds. Akeem has picked it up, 22 and 5. But as we go into the last 12 minutes, the Sonics with an 83-66 lead. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local station. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Like a rock, I was strong as I could be. Like a rock, nothing ever got to me.
After the kind of day you put in, all you want to do is fall into a nice, comfortable easy chair in a quiet place.
Like a rock.
Of course, sooner or later, you'll have to go home.
Getting on top of your financial situation is tougher than ever. What you need is MetLife. We can help you get a grip on things and help you make sense of it all. Get Met. It pays.
The secret to a strong finish is endurance. High endurance from Old Spice. It evaporates less quickly than the leading deodorant stick. It also lasts longer, protects better. For a longer-lasting deodorant stick, demand proof. Try high endurance from Old Spice.
There are tough choices to make every day. Even as a kid, I had to make some hard decisions. I remember this gang was going to start a fight and wanted me to come with them. I was scared to say no.
Where you going, man? I'm going home. Come with us, man.
But I was even more afraid of where I'd end up if I went along. Sometimes it's hard to stand alone. I know, because that's what I had to do.
What's keeping contaminated seafood off your plate? Dateline Tuesday.
Jesse, you're next.
I'm all yours.
Save it for the stage, Romeo.
Carol always gives it to me straight. Like when she told me about my...
I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away so they could come back. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming. You see the difference? You look great.
Thanks, but will it get me this part?
Couldn't hurt.
Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Hey, break a leg.
Hey, Virginia, America's #1 selling car is taking another turn for the better. Announcing low 2.9 financing on Ford Taurus. That's right, 2.9 or 600 cash back on any 96 Taurus in stock. And if that's not enough to make your head spin, Taurus received the highest overall crashworthiness rating. Get the same great deal on any 96 Contour with dual airbag standard. 2.9 or 600 cash back on Taurus and Contour. A revolutionary new offer from your local Ford dealer. Are you being told for no reason? Find out Tuesday at 11.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
Back for the start of the fourth quarter at the Summit in Houston. Seattle up 83-66. And for our guest camera person on Mother's Day, who better to have than a lovely lady by the name of Hannah, who happens to be the mother of our own Hannah Storm. And Hannah, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much. And there she is, my girl.
Your girl, our girl.
Yeah, your girl too. And I'll say hi to my sons, Mark and Duke. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers.
You bet. Happy Mother's Day to you.
I want to say happy Mother's Day to my mother, who has given me the greatest life that anybody could possibly have.
Askew off the glass.
Greg, we saw the score by quarters when we first came back, and it's just another indication of the dominance here in this game. Very tough to win when you don't outscore the opponent in any of the quarters.
Ellie lost it, regained it, put up a bad shot. Wow. Bryant, no good. And the fourth quarter in this series has belonged to Seattle. Askew hit hard on his way to the basket. That's Chucky Brown. That's his first of the day.
The Rockets right now are a disorganized and discouraged group of guys. They've got to play this last 12 minutes with that championship pride and poise and composure that we've come to expect from this great team. When they're scrambling around on defense, double-teaming guys that don't deserve to be double-teamed, when they're playing one-on-one on the offensive end, not looking for their teammates, throwing up wild shots, trying to get it done by themselves. You can see it in their faces. The first surface in the second half of Game 3. Been there today. In the locker room before the game as well.
Because they certainly expected, after the 2 losses in Seattle, to come back here to Houston and regain their form.
They could make the argument that, hey, after the last 2 years, they've been down 0-2 in the second round of the playoffs, like they are this year. Maybe they figured that was too easy. Let's go down 0-3 and try to come back and win from that. But that does not appear to be what's going to happen.
85-68 Sonics.
And the ball movement continues to be so sharp. And guys keep moving, keep running.
Shrimp stripped to the ball.
But look, the Sonics, all 5 guys back to deny.
Sam Mack couldn't get it to go down, and back come the Sonics.
Not enough big guys running for Houston.
And Sam Perkins out of the corner for 3.
Sam, who has had such tremendous success in his career, not just against Hakeem and the Houston Rockets, but against almost all the big players he's ever played against.
Sonics with another steal.
Peyton on the break.
And Detlef Schrempf, and got his own rebound and drew the foul. Talk about those 3-pointers. How about Game 2? The Seattle Sonics, an NBA record 20 of 27, including 13 in a row, and they are rolling to the next round.
Michael and the Bulls, Patrick and the Knicks. The thrills continue next on NBC.
Just what you need from the coupe that takes your breath away. More oxygen. Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible. It has quite an effect on drivers, too. The new Eclipse convertible from Mitsubishi.
Pizza Hut, your triple deckeroni pizza. Shh,
baby.
Whoa.
Wow! What a pizza! New Pizza Hut Triple Deckeroni Pizza. 90 pepperoni pieces, 6 cheeses, 2 crusts, 1 hellacious taste.
What day helps your small business grow?
It's Friday. Are you free?
Help your business do more business with Sprint's amazing offer. Friday's free for a full year. So get busy.
Same time next week.
And watch your small business grow.
Can't do lunch. It's Friday.
And grow. Call 1-800-598-5000 for Friday's free. It's the busiest day of the week.
It's Friday. Are you free?
Only from Sprint Business.
Less than a minute, 16 down. This one is over.
Hey, it ain't over until the fat lady sees us.
Hey, wait a minute. That's Larry Bird.
Don't believe it. Believe it.
Bird is in. Bird for 3. Bird dunks.
Bird dunks.
Of course, he's in the zone. What a comeback.
When you've got the great taste of an ice cold Miller Lite, life is good.
Oh, cue that fat lady.
No, 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 no.
Miller, where great taste runs in the family, brings you Miller Moments.
And today's Miller Moment features a game that saw a three-point barrage. Game 2 of this series, the Sonics set an NBA record with 20 three-point field goals. At one point, the Sonics hit 13 straight, also an NBA record. In recognition of that moment, Miller Brewing Company will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund.
And the record they broke, that 20 three-pointers in one game, that record of 19 set by these same Houston Rockets last year in a phenomenal game up at Utah, game 2 last year. And they're one game away for the most three-pointers made in a 4-game series.
Some of the fans up on their feet with 9.5 to play.
Well, these are terrific fans, Greg, who have seen and experienced nothing but joy, happiness, championship parades.
Shot clock is at 3. Cassell had to force terrific defense by Detlef Schrempf. And Payton down the lane got the foul.
Houston's 52, Chippy Brown, second.
Drexler and Ori checking back into the game. One last surge, down 20 with 9 minutes to go. But the style of the game, as Sean Kemp is enjoying a brief rest here, indicates everything for Seattle.
Well, the three-point field goal, which was so prominent in that game, too, just hasn't really been here for either team today, Bill. Seattle 4 for 13, Houston 2 for 22.
And you have to wonder if we're starting to see a changing of the guard coming into this series, and really with every Seattle series that they've played the last couple of years. You have to look at Payton and Kemp and say, hey, they're going to win or lose because of how great these individuals are.
And Sam Cassell missed the wide-open layup and comes back to commit the foul. I mean, wide-open layup.
And when they come in, when Payton and Kemp come in here and are able to handle Akeem and Clyde Drexler, you just have to assume that, hey, they have taken the next step.
That foul was on Robert Horry, and that's his 5th. Sam Perkins. Drexler with the ball. 8.5 to play. Rockets down 20. And Akeem double team down in the corner. That whistle out front, blocking foul on Askew. We'll take this moment to remind you, coming up next, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between two of the biggest rivals in the NBA. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks try to even up their series. They battle Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. Knicks and Bulls squaring off next as the NBA playoffs continue in prime time here on NBC.
The Bulls offense, like the Rockets, has struggled lately. Ellie's going to earn a trip to the line with a nice penetration.
Sonics foul number 11, Detlef Schrempf. That is his 5th personal.
That's number 5 on Schrempf.
But the Bulls are starting to show signs like the Rockets have played today of individual offense. No longer teasing the opposition with the ball, that great ball movement that we've come to expect from the Rockets. Jordan with 46 yesterday, Starks with 30 of his own, rebounding, significant edge to the Knicks. But the good balance scoring by the New York Knicks in that game, where really it was just Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan taking all the shots. That's a tough way to win the championship.
88-70.
Seattle has broken the press beautifully today. So many ball handlers, so many shooters.
Payton out of the corner.
We asked the question coming into this series, Greg. I asked the question, where was Seattle going to go in crunch time for offensive points? And hey, they've gotten it from Payton, from Kemp, and from Schrempf at will.
Sam Cassell with a 3. .5-point lead for Seattle.
Seattle, if they expect to win this game, cannot start playing the clock. They've got to keep attacking.
Drexler. And had it swatted away. Loose ball on the floor. And looks like a timeout called by Seattle.
But what great fans. They get within 15 and they're on the edge of their seats.
Great effort by Clyde Drexler. We have 6:57 to play.
This is for my man Sam. Sam I am, the Rocket Man. How could you stop it, man? 2 rings on my hand when I drop it in. Mr. Clef Double Deluxe, Butter Touch. 6'3" and mad tough. Nimble and crafty, just ask me, you can't pass me. The Mr. Buzzer Beater, the 24-second clock cheater. My jumper's deeper than the creature in your late night feature. You just got took when I stood with no looks. Put the points in the books, leaving you stranded. It's the Reebok Playoff Bandit. This is my planet, Temp, baby.
Dr. Catherine Homrick cares for some very demanding patients in upstate New York.
I drive a lot. Some days I'll drive up to 300 miles a day to see my clients.
Fortunately, this veterinarian drives the reliable Mitsubishi Galant.
My Galant makes my life a lot easier. With the weather being unpredictable, it's real important that I have a dependable vehicle.
The Mitsubishi Galant, a car you can depend on, even when it's raining cats and dogs. The Galant from Mitsubishi, the new thinking in automobiles.
Hello from fabulous Plank Road Field, where the Plank Road 10 has just chalked up another impressive win, and our coach, Paul, is ready to give his victory speech. Now this is watered down, and this isn't. Ice House. It's ice brewed, so there's never any watered down taste, just more of what you want in a beer. So remember, winning isn't everything, but Ice House is. Thanks, and enjoy.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by New Miller Beer, the brand new beer from Miller with big flavor that goes down easy. By the car you can depend on, the 1996 Mitsubishi Galant. And by Prudential, live well, make a plan, be your own rock.
It's been 39 years since the defending NBA champion was swept in a round that was anything but the final round. And with 6:57 to play and down 15, the Rockets are very much in danger of duplicating that feat. the fans on their feet.
Last year's Rocket run to the championship was the most impressive in terms of how far down they came. The first 6 seed to ever win a championship.
Oh, what a tap in. Sam Perkins.
They're giving the basket to Sam Perkins. I think it was Nate McMillan.
I thought it was too.
And McMillan comes out with a smashed up nose. He didn't even get 2 points for that.
It's the thanks of a grateful coach.
If the Rockets were going to win this year, it would have been even more difficult because of having to play the Lakers, which give the Rockets so much trouble. The Sonics, which have won so many games in a row against the Rockets.
90-76, Sonics by 14. 5:50 to play. Askew. And Sam Cassell going to be guilty of bodying Nate McMillan out of the lane. That's 4 on Cassell.
Seattle has kept playing. They keep moving without the ball, pushing to the offensive glass. Nate McMillan trying to get there. Sam Cassell obviously grabs him. Sam, it's his 3rd year in the league. Done nothing but win the championship.
He doesn't know an early exit from the playoffs.
One of my teammates in the early days of my career, Wally Walker, now the guy who's running the show for the Seattle SuperSonics, the Sonics, excuse me. Wally's first 3 years in the league, 2 championships and 1 finals appearance with Portland and Seattle.
McMillan gets 1 out of 2, 91-76, 5:45 to play.
Some guys never really get an appreciation of just how difficult this can be to get all the way to the NBA championship.
Horry for 3 again. So after a drought of mammoth proportions, Robert Horry has hit 2 3-pointers. Payton. Saved by Horry. Will go to the line. You know, it's unfortunate that it has taken this long for it to appear the Rockets are having some fun finally in this series.
Clyde Drexler's mother enjoying his effort, reveling in his success, which has got a long way to go for today, but his lifelong achievements just terrific as a college player here in Houston, his hometown. Comes back, a key factor in the team winning the championship last year.
Drexler with just 7 points today.
But for the knee injury, but for a missed layup at the end of game 2, where would this series be today?
Rockets down 10, 91-81, 5 minutes to play. Fans come to their feet again, and out of bounds to Houston. You think they've given up on the season?
They believe. They have seen it before. This team has won 8 straight elimination games.
Cassell. And Olajuwon tied him up.
Houston is certainly within striking distance here. Seattle starting to play conservative basketball. You have to stick with what got you this good, solid lead. Badly thrown ball, re-jump.
Joey Crawford, a couple of demerits for him. George Karl has chosen a different view.
Well, one of the differences in George Karl is that he does sit down. He does not jump in everybody's face at every single play, much the way Phil Jackson does.
He's in Marcus Johnson's face over there.
He's blocking Marcus's view.
Broadcaster for the Sonics. Drexler. Oh, what a shot by Clyde Drexler. 8-point lead for the Sonics. Timeout. This will be a 20-second timeout.
Clyde Drexler trying to give his team one last chance. A chance to win one and then get up to Seattle and take game 5. Then it's 3-2. Then it's come back to Houston on Thursday. Who knows?
Rockets have outscored the Sonics. They've scored 15 of the last 18 points. We still have 4:33 on the clock.
I think the time works against Seattle at this point. The way the Rockets have come surging back, and the crowd now. This is the crowd we saw at the championship ceremony.
Coming up next, Game 4, Eastern Conference semis. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks, Michael Jordan and the Bulls. The Bulls lead at 2-1. They square off next. The NBA playoffs continue in prime time on NBC. And now, the Rockets will go to the full court.
Well, Perkins can't move here. He can't get the ball inbound.
The steal by the Rockets. Ori for 3. 5-point lead for Seattle. Kirsty Hawkins. Perkins with the rebound, and Cassell says no. Bernie Fryer says yes. Foul is on Olajuwon.
The Rockets coming all the way back. The rebound to the weak side. Nobody puts any pressure on Sam Perkins at all. Looked like all ball on the block. Yes, Houston does have a complaint on that foul call, but you cannot allow Sam Perkins to stand in there unmolested. Robert Ori, block out, do something.
Perkins, good free throw shooter. Missed the first. Seattle led this game by as many as 20.
Kenny Smith, the consummate team player. Some games, everything, 27 last game, just 2 points today.
Missed them both. To play. Loose ball, picked off Olajuwon. Hit. For Hakeem. Detlef Schrempf, and a whistle blows, and the foul is called. Mario Elie. Seattle is just 1 out of 8 from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter.
And for the first time, Greg, the Sonics look rattled. This is the championship atmosphere that has developed in this building. The crowd standing and roaring, demanding a victory.
1 for 9 from the line in the fourth. Four-point lead for the Sonics. And 3:35 to play.
All of these games, with the exception of the Game 1 blowout, have come down to the final moment. Seattle has been superior in each case. Hakeem getting hammered on the way to the hoop.
And he'll go to the line.
Hakeem has done a fine job today of staying off that baseline. Remember the Showtime opening, we talked about him stepping away and throwing those weak cross-court passes. He's coming to the middle. That's his game.
foul number 5 on Kemp.
The treatment line.
Hakeem now 4 out of 7 from the line this afternoon. 4 for H.
Nothing like 2 missed free throws to kill a rally.
Drexler on Schrempf. Schrempf, turnaround, got it. Detlef Schrempf. And Rudy Tomjanovich says timeout. We are just under 3 minutes to play. The Rockets trying to ride a tremendous comeback to stay alive in the postseason.
What are the steps to winning in the NBA Finals? Step 1, play hard. 2, drink Gatorade. 3, match the inside of your cap with the winning team and the number of games it takes them to win the finals. And win a bag full of cool stuff. There will be over 1 million winning caps.
Sweat it out. Don't just watch the finals. Play them.
Suggestion. Don't wear all the cool stuff at the same time.
If more top mechanics use one motor oil over any other brand in their own cars and trucks, maybe it's time you changed your oil. Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics.
Announcing Goodyear's Race Days Tire Sale. Save up to 25% on all Goodyear Eagles and all Goodyear Wranglers. Other Goodyear tires from $19.99. Get to Goodyear and save. And ask about Infinitread with a lifetime Tread Life limited warranty.
Just what you need from the cool that takes your breath away. More oxygen. Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible. It has quite an effect on drivers, too. The new Eclipse convertible. From Mitsubishi.
The U.S. Open, golf's ultimate challenge, where emotions run high, determination, desire, hope, disbelief, and sheer joy. This is the U.S. Open Championship, this June on NBC.
What kind of thoughts are going through the minds of the fans? How about that? What kind of thoughts are going through the Houston Rockets players' minds? Take a look at this. Champions don't go down easily.
Greg, it's what you live for. Your whole life, you prepare for this moment. To get right there, to position yourself to move on toward that championship. The Rockets have been there. They've still got a chance.
2:50 to play. 94-88 Seattle. The Sonics have led by as many as 20. The lob for Hakeem. Batted out of bounds.
Still Rockets ball.
Just the quickest the Rockets have moved in the set offense in the entire series. They're finally putting some sort of doubt, maybe, in the minds of the Sonics.
Drexler, got it. 94-90 Seattle.
Seattle in the set offense.
Payton has to go back outside. Shot clock is at 4. Payton has to double clutch and hits it.
Where are they going to get their shots? Gary Payton, perfect balance right at the free throw line. In case there's a miss, they've got good defensive rotations to prevent the fast break. Horrible play by Robert Horry.
Horry lost it, and it's still Houston basketball.
Just too careless with the ball. Rudy Tomjanovich preaching about the sanctity of every possession.
We are under 2 minutes to play for the game. 6-point lead for Seattle. Drexler hard to the basket and got an offensive foul. That's 4 on Drexler.
Sam Perkins once again. The rotations defensively by the Sonics have been supreme. Clyde with that head down never really sees Perkins. Even though Clyde dribbles with his head down, it doesn't generally hurt him. That time it did.
1:45 to play.
Seattle needs to spread the floor here. Give Peyton room to get to the hoop.
Shot clock is down to 5. Peyton has to force. Oh my! 3-pointer with 1:32 to play, and what a shot by Gary Payton. That stretches Seattle's lead to 9 and takes the air out of Houston's balloon.
Some days you can't help thinking, man, it sure is easy to lose balls. Well, right now it's just as easy to find balls. Just look inside Michelob Golfer's 18 packs for a certificate good for free Ram Tour Balata LB golf balls, redeemable at participating pro golf discount stores or by mail. It's a great way to replenish your ball supply. As far as the rest of your equipment goes, you're on your own.
I come from the generation that always said, well, I'll be married, so I'll be taken care of. My goal in life was to be a beach bum. But at 50, I found myself alone, divorced. And I said, I'm going to open a ballet school. And it was wonderful. I took my money and invested it. I felt great. You know, it's a skill to manage life. You know, it scared the pajamas out of me.
Critics who haven't even seen it agree. You'll flip for Spy Hard. 4 out of 5 dentists recommend it.
That's a very powerful flamethrower.
3 thumbs up, way up. An instant classic, just add water. It's Leslie Nielsen's best performance since his last movie. Spy Hard. It's good till the last drop. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, May 24th.
Rockets come back on the floor, see if they can find an answer.
Gary Payton answers the call once again, steps back when you've got your offensive leader able to step back behind that line. And then a couple minutes ago, Detlef Schrempf taking it right at Clyde Drexler. Seattle's set offensive woes the last couple of years certainly dispelled completely in this series.
Ori for 3. Comes up short, tapped around. Drexler chases it down in the corner. And did he call timeout? He did. He called timeout. And now let's see what happens. George Karl holding his players back.
George Karl's got a 9-point lead. He's got to calm down here.
Bernie Fryer going to come over and explain it.
Foul is called on Seattle's number 11.
Detlef Schrempf can't believe the foul has been called on him.
The long rebound, the scramble right in front of the Sonic bench. Oh, that's a bad call.
There's the bump.
Drexler, he did not have balance there, Greg.
Trying to call timeout on his way out of bounds, and best of both worlds for the Rockets. They get to shoot free throws with no time running off the clock. Detlef gone for the day.
Good numbers, very solid. 28 the last game, 18 today. But the big baskets for Detlef Schrempf.
99, 99-92, a minute 20 to play. Pressure in the backcourt.
Flash the offensive player into the middle. And then keep running. Don't wait for the ball to come to you.
8 on the shot clock as we come up on a minute to play in the game. Perkins for 3. And Drexler with the rebound.
Seattle has exploited the middle against Houston's press every time.
Ori for 3. Got it. 4
needs a timeout. George Karl waving him up the court.
Payton to the baseline. Oh, a shot by Payton along the baseline. Timeout with 15.6 to play. And Seattle by 3. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Dr. Catherine Homrick cares for some very demanding patients in upstate New York.
I drive a lot. Some days I'll drive up to 300 miles a day to see my clients.
Fortunately, this veterinarian drives the reliable Mitsubishi Galant.
My Galant makes my life a lot easier. With the weather being unpredictable, it's real important that I have a dependable vehicle.
The Mitsubishi Galant, a car you can depend on, even when it's raining cats and dogs. The Galant from Mitsubishi, the new thinking in automobiles.
I'm going to Wendy's for a sandwich on a toasted bun. Wendy's spicy chicken. I gotta get one, gotta get one, gotta get one.
To satisfy that craving, Wendy's spicy chicken is now available every day.
Thank you for my chicken.
That's one happy dude.
This Mother's Day, give the gift of a lifetime. Beautiful skin from Oil of Olay. No moisturizer that's light and graceless leaves skin softer. That's why more women use it. For a lifetime of beautiful skin.
The NBA is at your fingertips at NBA.com. You have the computer, you've accessed the internet. Now log on to NBA.com for all you want to know about the NBA. Interact live in chat sessions with NBA players. See and hear great plays in the NBA theater. And check out postseason action in the exclusive playoff section. NBA.com. Log on and get connected to the NBA.
3 points. The Rockets looking to force a Game 5 and stay alive in the postseason. Seattle looking for the 4-game sweep.
Greg, Robert Horry has to be the man. Clyde Drexler with some penetration to create for Horry. Horry in the fourth quarter, 5 for 6 from behind the line. 15 fourth quarter points on nothing but threes.
Sonics have never swept a playoff series. This is the 33rd in their franchise history. Drexler, Olajuwon, Horry, Mario Elie, Sam Cassell on the floor for the Rockets.
The way Robert Horry's shooting threes, Seattle may want a foul. He's making a foul shooting contest down the stretch.
Olajuwon outside, Cassell for the tie. The Houston Rockets have never led in this game, but they have come all the way back to tie with 4.1 to play. We'll come back for the last 4 seconds after this word from your local station.
NBC Tuesday, all new must-see TV on Third Rock. Hey, how's that blood pressure? Then on Wings, it's Casey's long-lost husband, John Ritter. No! And all Seattle loves Frasier. Well, except for Antonio from Wings. Frasier can change that. Oh! Plus, Laurie Kett runs for senator.
I will now take questions.
All new NBC Tuesday.
The 1996 Ford Escort. Count on this, Virginia. $1,000 cash back on 3-door Escorts. $1,000 on the 3-door with more passenger room, more cargo volume than the competition. $1,000 cash back on one of the top 10 sellers. Ford Escort. More styles, less price. See your local Ford dealer, where we will move you for less, Virginia.
He tempted young women with promises of fame and fortune.
There are a lot of young girls that have no clue. They're all naive to what he's trying to do.
Some called it the Hampton Roads Bikini Team. Others just called it a mess.
The very first check he wrote me, check bounced.
Now he's back at it again. Is your daughter, your business, his next victim?
I just would hate to see this happen to anybody else.
Bikini Dream or Disaster. Monday at 11, only on the station on your side. Wavy TV 10. It's your chance to go for the gold. To win a trip to the 1996 Summer Olympics, courtesy of Wavy TV 10. All you have to do is watch Wavy News 10 at 6 Monday, and we'll show you 3 digits. If they match the last 3 digits of your home telephone number and you're the 10th caller, you'll win a $500 savings bond and be registered to win a trip to the 1996 Summer Olympics. Just watch Wavy News 10 at 6 for all the details. The 1996 Olympic Getaway, only on the station on your side. Wavy TV 10. Is bacteria growing in your iced tea? Find out Thursday at 11.
Seattle's first late-game miscue in the entire series. Gary Payton foolishly goes down and double teams Akeem, leaving Sam Cassell, who's out here wide open. Sam Cassell, who Hannah just told us had some freezing spray applied to his elbow, cans the 3. And now Seattle with only 4.1 seconds to go. A lot of time. Gary Payton down the middle. That's what I'd call.
Perkins, a three-point shooter. Nate McMillan, three-point shooter on the floor. Payton on the far side.
Drexler's on Payton.
Kemp. We go to overtime. You want to talk about the heart of a champion. Down 3 games to none, down 20 points in game 4, and the Rockets come back to force overtime. Sean Kemp looking to be the hero. Not yet. We're tied at 101, and we're coming back for the extra session right after this.
You followed 1,000 players here. 1,000 more will follow you. Maybe someone will listen. Maybe someone will hear. We've been working, too, on a brand new beer from Miller. Brewed a new way from the heart of the hops for big flavor that goes down easy. Brand new Miller beer. Listen to what's inside you. Then you can reach for what's out there.
Because someday you'll get that big promotion that moves you to Seattle. Someday kids will be in the picture. And someday you'll get away to write the great American novel. It'll happen. That's why we've spent 28 years constantly improving the Corolla. So wherever life takes you, we'll be there. The newly restyled Toyota Corolla. We're looking forward to tomorrow.
I can't believe I'm losing my hair back here.
Like father, like son.
Yeah, right.
Look, if you want to regrow some hair, check this out.
Rogaine? Don't you need a prescription?
Not anymore.
How's it work? Rogaine goes to the root of your hair, and for some people, gets it to grow.
What have you got to lose?
Nothing, I guess, except more hair.
That's been easy to use.
And it's starting to work.
See, there's room for growth in every relationship.
Rogaine, medically proven to regrow hair.
Houston fans are believers. They've come back to tie at 101. We have 5 minutes to play in the overtime session.
All the momentum now, though, for Houston. The crowd is raucous. They're dancing in the streets here in Houston, throwing confetti and steamers.
New York with the early lead on the Chicago Bulls. We'll take you there as soon as this one winds down.
You mean there's another game?
Settle down, Mr. Walton.
This one may never end.
Kemp.
Sean Kemp starting to double clutch, get in the air to pass.
Hawkins lost it. Drexler. And he'll shoot 2. Let's go over to Hannah Storm. Hannah.
Greg, this is a flashback in a way. 2 years ago here in the Summit on Mother's Day, the Houston Rockets had a 20-point lead over the Phoenix Suns. The Suns came back and forced that game into overtime. The Suns eventually won, so the Rockets know the tables can turn. Something about playing on Mother's Day in this arena, Greg.
All right, Hannah, thank you. Clyde Drexler misses the first free throw. He will shoot another in an effort to give the Rockets their first lead of the afternoon. There it is. Mrs. Drexler says, way to go, Sonny.
Interesting thing is this whole run has been done without Akeem Olajuwon. Not a factor in the statistical sense. McMillan open for 3. And
Perkins pushed off. The fans throughout the afternoon have felt it, and only in the fourth quarter, when Houston was down 88-68, did the team begin to feel it.
And that's what a real team is all about, feeding off those fans. Now they're finally trying to dump it into Akeem. But when those fans push you and push you, they just will not let you lose.
Cassell to the baseline. In and out.
I think Gary Payton has to get more aggressive on the offensive end, looking for his own points. Spread the floor.
3:45 to play here in overtime.
Gary's making that automatic swing pass. He's the one with the hot hand.
McMillan going to try another three. And missed that one.
In this situation, you only let your teammates miss once. And then you say, hey, I'm taking that.
Nate McMillan was 5 for 5 in three-pointers in game 2. Ori. Ellie. 104-101. Houston by 3.
Seattle has gotten very conservative on the offensive end. Not attacking, not driving. Finally, Perkins backs in and draws an obvious foul on Ori.
Robert Ori has now fouled out.
A huge loss with Ori fouling out. He's the one with the hot hand. He was throwing up the wild three-pointers that were draining in without even looking, Greg. And that's how hot he was. 15 of those in the fourth on 5 of 6 threes. His loss of shooting will be a huge factor. They come in with Mark Bryant, the only off-season acquisition for the defending champions.
Perkins now 2 out of 5 from the line.
2 very valuable forwards, one from each team fouling out.
Perkins got them both. 104-103. Understand, Dennis Rodman has already drawn a technical foul at Madison Square Garden.
Not a good way to start a game when you're already playing without Tony Kukoc.
Payton picks up the loose ball and slows it down. Hersey Hawkins, and Hawkins missed. And the Sonics are stone cold from long range.
Payton's the one with the hot hand offensively. He made the great drive. He made the three-point shot. Now he's just relegated himself to a passer.
Drexler, short. Piece of it. Sean Kemp got a piece of that. Under 2.5 to play in the overtime. Perkins for 3. And Mark Bryant grabbed the loose ball laying on the floor. Rockets with the ball.
Now the poise of the Rockets starting to take effect here. Are they creating that seed of doubt in the Sonics' mind?
Under 2 minutes to play. Rockets by 1.
Good closeout defense by Seattle.
Cassell got tied up, and timeout called by the Rockets. 1:52 on the clock. The Rockets fighting to play another day.
It's an automobile that has become part of the American landscape. A car that for over 2 million people has become an indispensable part of their lives. Automobile Magazine called it the best car built in America. We call it the 1996 Camry, the gold standard from Toyota.
Years ago, I started an account with this bank. The next thing I know, they merged with another bank, and poof, their name disappears. Then the new bank merges with another bank, and their name disappears. Now the old bank with a new name is merging with a new bank. Look, for years, I've managed to have the same name, and I want a bank that does too. So I'm going to Citibank. I'm even going to get one of those credit cards, my picture on it. That way I'll know their name, they'll know mine, and now they'll even know my face.
Hello from fabulous Plank Road Field, where the Plank Road 10 has just chalked up another impressive win, and our coach, Paul, is ready to give his victory speech. Now this is watered down, and this isn't. Ice House. It's ice brewed, so there's never any watered down taste, just more of what you want in a beer. So remember, winning isn't everything, but Ice House is. Thanks, and enjoy.
While you watch the overtime from Houston, the first quarter has begun at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks jump out quickly as they did yesterday. They're ahead 12-6 with 7:26 to play in the first quarter. This is Derek Harper, who has 5 points so far, hitting a three. Michael Jordan has 4 for Chicago. Dennis Rodman has picked up a technical after a foul call. He slapped the ball out of the hands of Anthony Mason and picked up the tee. So it's 12-6, and back we go to Houston.
1:52 on the clock. The Rockets with the ball and a 1-point lead. And 2 on the shot clock. Ellie. And the fight for the ball won by Nate McMillan. So the Sonics come back looking for the lead.
Set offense, that's the NBA playoff action down the stretch of these big games. Seattle has been perfect. Nice pass.
Hawkins on the drive. And the Sonics go back on top. 105-104.
Seattle was settling for those long threes that late in the game you get tired from when the fans on the road are wearing you down. Now it's time for Akeem to respond.
Akeem, bad pass across the middle. And McMillan for Kemp. Got a Olajuwon in the air and drew the foul.
Personal foul on Olajuwon is Smith.
The Sonics started strong with Sean Kemp. Will they finish strong with him?
This whole play set up by Akeem Olajuwon fading away and trying that weak cross-court pass, which Seattle has picked off with regularity. And then the dominance and athleticism of Sean Kemp, who converts the three-point play.
And Houston calls time with 1:07 to play. A 1-point lead has turned into a 4-point deficit. We're coming right back to the Summit in just a moment. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
When I was coming up, all I did was run and jump. Run and jump. Jump. Then I stopped and went to college, full-time, thanks to support from the College Fund and companies like Budweiser. As for hurdles, I got over them later.
It is where the lofty atmosphere of most luxury cars is left behind, and where an extraordinary level of comfort and roominess begins. It is the American-built flagship of Toyota, Avalon. Offering the highest refinement of Toyota quality and engineering excellence, Avalon delivers the greatest luxury of all, peace of mind. Avalon, experience the tranquility.
You ever notice the face of your kid on the way to McDonald's? His eyes light up. He smiles uncontrollably. And he just gets so happy. Come on, Dad. Some things never change.
Now McDonald's has a new kind of burger, the Arch Deluxe, with the taste, toppings, and big size grown-ups love. The new Arch Deluxe, the burger with the grown-up taste, also available with bacon.
The Rockets come back onto the floor with 67 seconds, and they're looking at a 4-point deficit. That sign pasted all over the locker room before the game.
A lot of time left in this game. Seattle has been playing conservatively on defense as well as offense. I mean, get to the hoop quickly, make it a 2-point game.
Sam Cassell, no, whistle blew before. And foul is on Seattle. Gary Payton, guilty of only his second this afternoon.
New York continuing to play good offense, spreading that ball around. The Bulls just can't seem to find an offensive rhythm.
Drexler into the corner. Trying to find room on the baseline. Blocked from behind and stuck. And jump ball as well.
Any two players.
Jump ball, center court, any two players is the rule. We've seen a little bit of everything today, Greg. Akeem and Sean Kemp.
And a most important jump here for the Rockets. 50.4 to play. Akeem won it. Cassell looking down low for Olajuwon. Double team, cross court. Ellie for Drexler. And now Cassell.
Look at the way Seattle closes out on the perimeter shooter.
And Mark Bryant with the foul from behind. And Seattle with a chance now to put this away.
Again, that single play there was a classic example of this entire series, the frustration for the Houston Rockets. Akeem gets the ball, steps back to the baseline, takes the ball away from the defenders, and they just close him out. He throws a wild, weak pass to the weak side. And that third banner, that may be a while in coming.
Let's not shortchange these Rockets, though. It has been a great run for them.
Absolutely.
Percy Hawkins at the line. And that makes it a 5-point lead for Seattle. 31.5 on the clock. Rudy Tomjanovich says timeout. 110-104. Hey, that's 2 3-pointers. Can they come back again? While we have a moment, let's check in to Madison Square Garden and Marv Albert. Marv.
Seconds remaining in this first quarter. The Knicks are off to a fast start. They lead the Bulls 19-14, trying to tie the series at 2 apiece. The Bulls hoping to take it back to Chicago up 3-1. Charles Oakley with his first field goal. The Knicks hitting their shots here in the early going. They are 7 of 12 from the field. Dennis Rodman earlier hit with a technical foul by the official Bill Oakes. Luke Longley with 3 blocked shots here at the start. Putting the move on Patrick Ewing. Rebound Jordan. So Michael Jordan with his third field goal. He has 6 points, 3 of 8 from the field. Knicks lead 21-16. Let's return to Greg Gumbel.
All right, Marv, we'll be taking you to Marv Albert, Matt Gukas, in maybe 31.5 seconds if the Sonics can hold on to this lead. As I said before we went away, Bill, it's 2 3-pointers.
But do you go right away for 3? Do you go to the hoop to try to get 2? With Robert Horry out of the game with foul trouble, Mario Ellie, Sam Cassell, and Drexler are your 3-point shooters. The problem is you don't have somebody to set those guys up.
Number 30, Kenny Smith is back in for Houston.
Kenny Smith, another 3-point shooter, going to come off the bench now for the Rockets.
Well, they take Mark Bryant out, bring in a shooter and also a playmaker. So now everybody can handle the ball. And there is a lot of time. There should be no sense of rush for Houston right now.
Kenny Smith 0 for 4 from the field today. Inbound to Olajuwon.
And Robert Horry is usually the man that inbounds that ball. They had trouble.
Olajuwon. 22 seconds now. And the 3-pointer is good.
Why not? Just keep throwing them up. Now Seattle can't get the ball inbounds.
Sonics.
Timeout for Seattle. Rudy Tomjanovich a little bit upset. 18.5 on the clock and a 3-point difference. Three-point lead for the Sonics. We'll come back to the Summit in a moment.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Dead? I got 47 boxes to ship out by tonight.
Easy. FedEx shipping software. It's just point, click, and ship.
Really?
Bramwell thinks I'm working my tail off. Just point, click, and ship. Take a long lunch. Point, click, and ship. Play a little golf. Point, click, ship.
FedEx shipping software is so easy. Just point, click, and ship from your own computer.
Mr. Bramwell. I'm dead.
You're dead.
I'm dead.
You are really, really dead.
For free shipping software, call FedEx.
The internet will be the biggest thing since the Industrial Revolution. The internet will be just a chat line for physicists and video game addicts. Someday, your web address will be everything. One day on the internet, the Colonel's secret formula will whiz past the secret formula for Pepsi. What will the internet be? No one knows. But we engineer systems in anticipation of this vast uncertainty. So you can approach it as one huge opportunity. Digital, whatever it takes.
Along with Bill Walton and Hannah Storm, Greg Gumbel at the Summit in Houston. 110-107 our score. Coming up next, we will take you to Madison Square Garden in New York. The Bulls and the Knicks, Game 4 of their Eastern Conference semifinals. Seattle basketball. As you see, the Knicks with a 23-16 lead late in the first quarter.
Seattle has to get the ball in bounds.
Kemp
got a foul
from behind. Cassell fouls him from behind.
Houston played it right. They tried for the quick steal with Akeem. Sean Kemp dribbling the ball up court. A lot of ball early, but the follow-through, that apparently was where the foul was called.
Foul is on Kenny Smith. And Kemp goes to the free throw line, where he is 4 for 5 today. Sonics just 7 of 15 in the fourth quarter and overtime. 4-point lead.
Well, Sean Kemp, he's got a propensity to follow through over that line. There have been some complaining about free throw violations, and he's just keeping right on going.
He hits them both. 112-107, 13.8 remaining in overtime.
Sloppy advance of the ball.
And there's a giveaway at center court. Hersey Hawkins will put the nail in the coffin for the defending champions. Rudy Tomjanovich already on his way over to shake hands with George Karl as we have .5 showing on the clock. It's over.
As we expected.
We'll remind you that we'll bring you interviews from this game at halftime of the Bulls and the Knicks. The final 114-107. The Sonics sweep the Rockets in overtime. For Bill Walton and Hannah Storm, I'm Greg Gumbel. So long from Houston. Let's go to Madison Square Garden in New York and join Marv Albert and Matt Gukas.
Thank you very much.